Welcome in, everybody. Welcome to StruggleR. We had a StruggleR race on Thursday. We had a StruggleR race yesterday. And this is your third dose for this week of StruggleR. Welcome in, everybody. Hope everyone is having a fantastic weekend. Hope everyone's excited and ready for this next fantastic race on StruggleR. Welcome in, everybody in chat. We've had a lot of races. They've all been fantastic. I've got no reason to believe this one will be any different. So we're just going to get straight on with the action. To start with, everybody knows this voice already. I'm Tater84. I'll be one of your commentators today. And I'm almost positive you will know who's joining me. The brainchild of StruggleR. The one who puts together all these fancy overlays. The one who annoys each and every person in the Discord to, hey, have you got dates? Hey, when can you play? Hey, who are you playing against? It's StruggleR Daddy Garlips.
Thank you so much. And my fellow commentator, although I'd say you're a gem. You're a rare tater at best. Maybe even a super rare tater.
Ooh.
None of this commentator rubbish.
No, we don't talk about those.
Yeah. But thank you so much for that glazing introduction. I'm happy to be here. I know absolutely nothing about this game other than you press button and ship go shoot. So I'm really looking forward to seeing this. And I'd also just like to, before we get onto our races in a second, this very much spiritually feels to me like an extension of 16-bit Hyper Turbo's show, One Credit Carnage. So shout outs to that, because this is really essentially what that is. So it feels very spiritually connected in a way that I'm sure we'll get into in a moment. So
yes, this
really cool, very exciting.
This race has 16-bit Hyper Turbo just written all over it. I wonder if he's in the race. Couldn't possibly it be in the title or anything. Spoilers. Let's move on then. And Garlip, since you do this so well, StruggleR is part of something, right?
Yes, it's the 8 out of 10 cats does countdown to the 8 out of 10 cats that is the Wheel of Struggle. Most of you know who the Wheel of Struggle is, but if you don't know what the Wheel of Struggle is, please let me sell it to you over the course of the next minute and a half. It is a gaming group that is essentially like a book club for games. Each season that we play, the council will decide on a bunch of games, and those games will get spun by a wheel each week. And people, they play their 5 hours, or in some cases it's less sometimes. It's not usually more, it's usually a 5-hour hard cap. And everyone plays the game. They get their score, as it were, based on the criteria that the council has set out. And then those points are collected on a leaderboard, and there's a leaderboard for the whole season. So it's really exciting. Lots of sniping going on, and we're always looking for new folks to join in. There's never been a better time to join, because we're currently on a season break, which means StruggleR usually takes place during the season break. So you've got at least another month to get yourself into the Discord, which you can find the link for on WoS-adjacent.com. And decide if it's something you'd like to be involved with. It's great fun, and I highly recommend it. It's been transformative for me in my life, and I've met so many great people through it. Some of whom are definitely here today. So you definitely want to get yourself involved as soon as possible. Like I said, WoS-adjacent.com. You can find all the information you need, or you can reach out to anybody who's involved in today's race. I'm sure they'll point you in the right direction.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you're not sure, hang out in the Discord. You don't have to participate. Just check out the action, or if you're interested in a StruggleR race, that Discord's going to give you all the information about StruggleR Season 3. But we won't think about Season 3 right now. I don't think Garlips can handle that.
My brain might explode.
It might.
I'd also briefly like to thank NBZ for the raid as well. NBZ, a fellow struggler.
Absolutely. Raided us just a minute ago, so thank you so much. I saw NBZ was doing their... Little Nightmares 2 speedrun before this, so yeah. Welcome in. Also, Cat Plays PS3, thank you so much for the follow as well. Welcome in. Apparently, there's some issue with Cat Plays and Quantum. I think legally we can't get into it, but we'll mention it just so that people are aware, and if you know how to help, please reach out. Speaking of Quantum Player 1, spoiler alert, let's get to meet our racers for today's fantastic race. Would you like to kick us off with our first racer, Mr. Garlips?
It would be my supreme pleasure. We are joined today by Quantum Player One. How are you, Quantum?
Hello. I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Not bad.
Living the dream.
But I'm not. I'm not about to play a bullet hell shmup. So
Yeah, true.
No,
A
it's-
bit anxious about
don't worry. After the first 10,000 spaceships, I think you'll really settle into a groove.
that. It's easy for you to say, don't worry.
So it says here your history that you're not much of a shoot 'em up guy growing up. So you were only introduced to this when someone nominated it on your channel about 5 years ago. Is that correct?
Yeah, because when I was younger, I felt like shoot 'em ups were a dime a dozen, and I wanted to be wowed by new experiences. And to me, shoot 'em up was like the most basic form of video game, and it never really captured me. However, in later life, having played a few good ones, I totally see that I was a fool for thinking like that, and it's one of the most addictive and fun genres of games. And yeah, this one was nominated by one of me best viewers, Jay Oku Labs Prime Labsinson, and yeah, it's first bullet hell I've played, but I think it's not the first bullet hell to ever exist, but it's kind of considered as like a grandfather of the genre. It sort of like skyrocketed it to the mainstream, and it's a brilliant game. It's got great music, awesome graphics, and it sort of began my journey through the genre. And I've still not played many, but I definitely enjoy them now, and this is a brilliant game. I am addicted to it. I've been trying to one credit clear it for a long time, but I still can't do it. Me and 60-bit, I've been trying kind of challenge each other to spare each other on to try and get the 1cc first, and I haven't done it yet. I don't think he's done it yet. Maybe it could be today.
It could be today. How exciting! So it says here that in terms of your favorites, this is the only really one that you've played in the Dodonpachi series. Although you also really enjoyed Mushihime-sama. Is that how
Yeah.
it's pronounced?
Yeah. So that's it's another cave game. It plays very similar, but it's a bit more modern, and it's all about insects instead. What there's an anime and a Studio Ghibli one, which is like the fighting all bugs, and it kind of is like that. But
Nice.
yeah, that's also a great game. But I think this one has got the edge. But I've not played any of the other Dodonpachi games as of yet, so I can't say any others are my favourite.
Are you going to make sure that you absolutely 1cc this one before you move on to the next one?
Not necessarily. 1cc is just an extra challenge. I don't need that to count it as completed. Although I would put a credit limit on it to count as completed. Like I don't think it's right to credit feed an arcade game and then go, I've completed it. Because like anyone, a baby can do that, and I think you're robbing yourself of a good experience if you play them in that way.
I agree, actually. Yeah, that's. I mean, definitely growing up. I mean, I didn't really favor the shmups either, but certainly some of those major arcade games like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Simpsons Arcade as well. Very similar.
Yeah,
I remember
ones.
trying really hard to be good at those, as opposed to just like shoving a million pretend credits.
Yeah, and you enjoy it a lot more as well. And when you do reach a further stage, the reward feeling is a million times better. Otherwise, if you just credit feed it, you're just flicking through a picture book really just to see assets. You're not actually really engaging with the game, in my view. But if that's what you want to do, there's nothing wrong with it. But I just think you're robbing yourself of a proper gaming experience.
Oh, we're getting in deep into the philosophy of the
yeah.
1cc today. I love it.
Sorry.
No, it's good. So do you remember what your fighting talk is?
No, but I've got it in front of me.
Hey, there we go.
So yeah, there are 3 ships on this game, just to give a bit of background. But we're both going to be using the same ship. However, there are 2 modes that each ship can be, where the more powerful spread shot or the more powerful laser. Now, 60-bit's gone for the puny spread shot, which is no match for my ultra laser. So get loose, 16-bits. That's my fight talk.
And to cap it all off, your one word is ready? Question mark, question mark, question mark.
Yeah, if I could squeeze 3 words into one, it'd be, are you ready? That'd be it.
Nice. Well, I'll hand over to Tater84, who's got the second racer today. already lined up to interview.
I absolutely do. Just before I do that, just so that everyone in chat is aware, Adrian's Revenge is currently streaking 7 times apparently. So just everyone watch out for that. Welcome in, everyone. It's exactly what we'd expect.
It started the day she won Klonoa 2 and she hasn't stopped. We're worried for her, family are concerned.
We're all here for you. But yes, our second racer, and as we said earlier, very much the inspiration. If you haven't watched this guy's stream, please go ahead and do so, especially if he's playing on the wheel, because he does it all with a turbo arcade stick, which is just insane for some of the games that we play. It is, of course, the one and only 16-bit Hyper Turbo. How you doing, my friend?
Hey, good to be here. Thanks for the invite. I guess Quantum was like, "Hey, you want to play?" I'm like, "Yeah, okay, cool." Sounds like fun, but yeah, glad to be here.
So,
I love the game.
just reading a bit of your history here. Nearing the end of 2023, you'd successfully 1cc'd Thunder Force 4 and was feeling cocky.
Yeah, well, I was pretty fresh into shmups. Quantum was saying, you kind of dismiss shmups when you're a kid because they're everywhere, right? And yeah, I got into it relatively late in life, and I was like, you know what? We go play some shmups, and I was having a good time with them. And then Thunder Force really stuck out. Thunder Force 4, because the music, the visuals, it was just like it's a feast for the eyes and the ears, really. And I'm like, you know what? I can play this till 1cc. I'll give that a go. And I did, and I'm like, you know what? What else am I gonna play? Maybe let's go for a big boy arcade game. And yeah, I'm pretty sure I bit off far more than I could chew with this one. But
You and me both.
the music was kind of the main draw for this, because it was the main draw for Thunder Force 4, and it's kind of how I pick my games. If I can sit there and enjoy the music, I'm gonna enjoy it way more. Due to the frustrating nature of shmups and pushing yourself through that in order to get the glory that is the 1cc. I think it's going to be huge for this game, but I'm not sure how long it's going to take me to do it. I've already put 200 plus hours into this game, and it hasn't happened yet. But
Well, that leads me on quite nicely, actually, because you said in your favourites that this one is probably your favourite. Not too familiar with the ladder game, so possibly StruggleR Season 3, one of the ladder games against Q or another?
yeah. What do you mean?
Well, you said you weren't sure of the ladder games in this series.
Oh right, yeah.
Yeah, so maybe next season.
Oh, what one of the later ones?
Yeah.
Oh, one of the ones after this.
Yeah,
Yeah. We could do it.
we can make it happen. We can make it happen.
I mean, they're good games. They're all good games.
It does say here there's a lot of anime girl fan service that you're not fond of.
Look, if you Google, I mean, if you Google Dodonpachi characters, you'll probably see what I mean. It gets very horny, and I'm like, I don't know, it doesn't need to do that. You know what I mean? It's just for being good games. I don't feel like they need to do that.
It's demean in itself.
We're gonna see when the race starts. Q's ship just not moving as he's on a browser, just checking all this out, death after death, not even realizing. Do you remember your fighting talk, 16-bit?
Well, as much as I do respect Quantum in the gaming scene, he is a good gamer as far as I'm concerned. Plays a lot of tough games, and his commitment is second to none. And I feel like I've put so much effort into this game that I can probably beat him on this today.
I mean,
Good luck with your laser there, bud.
That was lovely, that mate. That was like a compliment more than fighting talk. I feel like mine was shit now.
I know,
I'd like to
I'm
pay tribute
still,
to you and your skills.
I'm trying to put myself above God tier gaming here.
And you will make him sweat. I mean, that's the statement. We'll have to check in with that at the end of the race to see if perspiration was acquired. And your one word.
Oh, nervous. Very nervous. Well, that's 2 words, but one is nervous.
Well, this is your
feel like
first.
I got some riding on this one. Like, I feel like I have to come through for the win, but hey, you know, it's gonna be rough.
I mean, we've said it on a lot of StruggleR races. You can be as good as the game as you want to be, but for some reason, when you come on StruggleR, the stream starts and we give you that 3, 2, 1 go. Things can happen, right, Garlips?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Like Mean Bean Machine.
Like Mean Bean
You're
Machine.
alluding to.
Yeah. Absolute madness can take over. It's great.
Well, I do have something to tell both races. We might have been running a little bit of a cheeky poll in the chat right now. Will we see the 1cc today? And it's got about 20 seconds left to run on it. But so far, the leading response is no, they both suck. So chat believes in both of you equally.
I voted for no, they both suck twice.
Oh, okay, so you've actually skewed the results here. So actually, chat thinks that
Yeah.
16-bit is going to do it. 16-bit's going to get the 1cc today.
Mate, don't put that pressure on me, please. I've put that pressure on myself for the past year and a half. I can't handle it.
No, that's absolutely fair. To be fair, another vote just came in. No, they suck. So don't worry about it. You both suck. So if it happens, it happens. You know.
Yeah. So what do we do? Racing for distance, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if we transition over to the race screen,
Absolutely.
I'll explain basically what's happening here today, and then the gentleman can chime in with extra info I haven't got. So this is Dodonpachi, which is a vertically scrolling bullet hell video game developed by Cave and published it by Atlas in '97. As with its predecessor Dodonpachi, the title is both a Japanese term for expressing the sound of gunfire and also a term that relates to bees. Especially here it means angry leader bee. So I think we're going to see a few bees and wasps during the course of the playthrough. And as far as it goes with rules, I believe the only rule is that it's 1 credit only. And it's going to be the furthest progress made in the game down to the millimeter, down to the single pixel if necessary. So I'm going to be keeping my eagle eyes on both screens to make sure I always track exactly how far each of our races gets. Is there anything else rule-wise?
I think that sounds about right, huh?
And just to confirm as well, a credit, is that X number of lives?
It's 3 lives, but you gain lives the further you get through it.
Sure.
So, yeah, it's just the 1 credit, the 1 coin, if you will.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I see Q just put in be right back 1 second in chat, so we'll stall for a little bit just to make sure he's back and ready. But yeah, this is just a slight warning as well. You're going to have lots of flashing lights, lots of action happening on screen, so any photosensitive viewers, you know, be careful out there. There's your warning. There's lots happening, especially on just 1 screen. So if you're looking at 2 screens, that's double the lot happening. So
Absolutely.
yeah.
If it gets a bit much, make sure you step away from the screen for a bit. And stay hydrated too. I know you're not drinking enough, Jack.
Yes, always stay hydrated, and posture check also. Here's your posture check reminder. Hobby time.
Sorry, I've always been confused with the posture check and hydrate redeems in the chat, like the default redeems. I'm like, what do they use for? Like, surely if you're thirsty, you'll just have a drink, right?
You get so locked in, you know?
So Tates, I believe we don't have live split open.
Oh, yes, we don't.
Also, I think chat would like you to maybe turn the game down a bit and turn the mics up, or at the very least just turn the game down a bit.
You want live split open, you want things changed, my goodness.
Yeah, they're so needy.
So needy all the time.
We spent a whole 35 seconds there saying how much we're looking after you, remember to drink and sit up straight and all that other stuff, and this is how you repay us.
Right?
by making sure that we get the basic elements right so everyone can enjoy the race. How dare you?
Just selfish is what it is. Things have been adjusted. Are we feeling better, chat? Are we happy? We've got a timer.
I mean, happy's a stretch, but I'm alright.
Content. Are you content, Q?
Strong word.
Strong word as well.
Jeez. Adrian's Revenge is saying she can't hear me, and that's not a bad thing in brackets. Nice.
I'm glad she took the time away from streaking to let us know that.
Yeah.
No,
Classy.
see, it's good to know these things. Thank you.
No, yeah, I'm only playing. It's absolutely. We thank you for letting us know all this stuff. Love you too, Adrienne. I will have my revenge. There's no Klonoa 3, but I'll think of something I can beat you at.
I'm not 100%. That's the funny thing. But I am the broadcaster, so I think I get extra broadcaster privileges with volume. But I'll crank me down a bit. Q 16-bit, you want to just say hello very quickly, just so we can get another mic check? It looked good on my end, but apparently chat are picky.
At the same time.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, 1, 2, 3, same time.
1, 2, 3.
Same time.
4, 5. Same time.
Testes.
6.
Testes.
Laser beats spread shot every time.
So my favorite Pokemon is Arcanine.
Oh, well, that's a good choice. You know, Arcanine's a solid Pokemon.
Yeah, I think everyone thinks I'm a basic bitch because I basically like big dogs, and they already kind of exist. But it's on fire as well.
Right.
My favorite is Gyarados because
nice.
big old dragon. I always get a Magikarp as soon as I can.
Oh,
in
yeah.
any Pokemon game.
what
Because
is happening here?
Gyarados is gonna.
What is happening here? This is insane madness. I'm also banning. I'm banning Z in chat. They're just putting me through too much work. This is ridiculous.
No, every marathon I've ever been at, when they want me to talk, like they say, like, "What's your favorite Pokemon?" So I just default to that.
Nah.
Oh, that's a good one.
I think I have one.
Ugh, it isn't Tyranitar like Gen 2. I'm Gen 1 till I die. There are a couple of nice ones in Gen 2, but I'm all about Gen 1, I'm afraid.
It all goes to shit after Gen 1.
Yeah, agreed. They've got Houndour, Houndoom, but I mean...
Yeah, but you know what I mean? I just feel like character design goes down, and it might be just me getting old, you know what I mean?
I think, well, I feel old today.
All right, I think we're good. I think everyone's leveled up and mic'd up. Obviously, Quantum and 16-bit will be muted during the course of their run, so if I need to adjust myself or Garlips during the run, we can.
Excellent, thank you, Tates.
Yeah, I think we should be pretty good. So, guys, do you have a starting screen that you've agreed on that you want to start at? How do you want to kick off here?
This is fine, I think.
I don't know. Will it just go to a demo if we leave it on the title screen? I've put a credit in. I don't know if that'll hold it.
Yeah, I've just filled up with credits and it's just running the demo. So.
Alright, so we're going to get to the start screen then. We'll kick us off on the start screen.
Yeah, I tell you what. If we start counting from 5,
yeah.
If at 3 you interrupt whatever you're currently seeing, like a demonstration or whatever, will that give you enough time to press start at 0?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
It's just just press start and.
Oh, here we go. I see Q. You're on the ship select, right? That's a pretty good screen, I think.
Yeah, but I
doesn't stay there
paused
for
it
very
because
long,
it gives you
though.
a timeout.
Okay.
Oh,
All right.
it times out on there too.
We'll start from 5 then. All right, guys, you both ready?
All right, I press pause too.
All right.
We can both pause it.
Oh, there you go.
Oh yeah, so if you want to go onto the ship select and then pause, that's probably a good place for us to start. Excellent.
There we go. All right. Quantum and 16-bit, you both ready?
Yep.
Yep.
Let's do it.
All right. We will.
Good luck, mate.
Hey, I hope one of us gets it.
Me too.
Oh yeah.
That's what we're hoping for. We'll put you both on mute and deafen, and we will check in with you sporadically throughout the race, see how things are going on. But once we get started, Garlips, if you would do the honors and mute them and everything for me, that'd be great. Thank you so much. And we will get started, everyone, in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Dodonpachi! Good luck, guys.
Good luck.
Okay.
And they are both muted and deafened.
Both muted and deafened. So yeah, this is going to be a very difficult one to commentate. There's so many things. So many things. Wow. There's so much happening on the screen at once that we can't really say, you know, ship go shoot, thing go boom, and then we'll just repeat that for a couple of hours, right? Does that sound good?
Yep. Ship go shoot, ship go boom. I mean, ideally they don't want their ship to go boom until they're as far through the game as possible. I do need to bring up a point of order with Mr. Matt Internet, known troll in the chat.
Yeah.
He's bringing up the fact that we are yet again broadcasting in general, but we actually have an excuse this time.
We do.
For some reason, there was a glitch yesterday where Quantum Player 1 would occasionally lose my audio in the group chat, the channel as it were, and would have to rejoin. If we're in the private channel, he can't do that as easily. So we're just trusting our fellow strugglers to not fuck up.
So, just so that everyone is kind of aware what they're looking at in front of them, their main ship has two side ships, so that's why you're seeing this kind of spread shot. So this is constantly being tapped by the player, so just tapping A or whatever the button is to fire. If they hold A, they get this laser beam effect that you see just now, which is a little bit more powerful, but your ship is a little bit more slower. So as you can see, when projectiles are coming, you have to be very precise, and you can't get out of the way that quickly when you're doing this laser beam. Also, when you're shooting, you also have bombs, and you'll see the bombs in the bottom left-hand side indicated by a B for bomb.
I see B for bomb.
B for bomb.
Times 3.
So when they use the bomb, depending on what firing mode they're in, the bomb will also change. So if they are just normal tapping the shoot button and they use bomb, it's like a stage clear effect bomb. If they're holding the laser down and they do the bomb, it's more like a focused, heavier laser blast that comes out. So in my extensive research, it does make a very, very big difference of how and when you use this bomb. If you use your bombs too early during the stage, your boss fights are going to be a lot more difficult. If you hold on to them, your stage, especially in the later stages, are going to be a lot more difficult. So these guys are going to be using these very, very strategically to progress as far as they can.
Makes total sense.
That's all my
I will
knowledge.
say we haven't. Oh no, you splurged all your.
all at once.
Oh, don't worry, we can repeat it
Okay.
if necessary. But yes, so far 16-bit is ever so slightly in the lead, but remember, this is not our conventional race as it goes in terms of like who is going to win first, although if someone wins first, they do win the race. It's more so about progress made, but you can see here that 16-bit defeated that first level boss just a tiny bit faster than Q did.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, wait, no, actually, I think it was Q. Q's player 1, right?
Well, it's in its name.
Yep. So actually, forget everything that I just said. I was looking at the wrong screen.
Also, big welcome and hello to, and apologies if I butcher this, I can't even say it myself. Nat Marek. Apologies if I butchered that, but welcome in. Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the Wheel of Struggle. Welcome to StruggleR and this Dodonpachi race. Hope you're doing well and hope you enjoy the show. But yeah, I mean, look here. What they're a frame behind each other, or beside each other. So yeah, it's still very much all to play for. You can see there they're using their laser on the boss there. When you see like a big kind of, I don't know what the best word to describe it is. There, what Quantum's doing, that's the bomb effect. So depending on what firing mode he's using, the bomb will change. And I think most of the time they want to be using the kind of laser bomb, not only because it's powerful, but it also clears the enemy's bullets.
Ah, yeah. So it's kind of a shield and an attack at the same time.
Yeah, exactly. And Q making short work of the boss there. 16-bit, literally right on his tails.
So it's going to be very interesting to see who falls first in this. It's still very early days in this race, but once who falls first, it's going to be, I think, crushing for them.
Looks like Q took his first death there. Now, the only good thing about dying, there's no good thing about dying, but the only good thing about dying in this game is you do get your bombs back. So if you have had to splurge your bombs pretty quickly, a death would get them back, especially on the boss stage. But you do lose your ship's main power-ups. You get a couple of them back, but you're not as powerful. And there's a wasp. I saw it. You called it, Garly, and there it was.
Yeah, this was always my problem when it came to shmups, is that, like, ideally, you don't ever want to die because all of the power-ups that you get kind of get taken away from you, and at that point, you really have to claw your way back.
Yeah.
That's 2 deaths for Q, Z is saying. So 1 death for 16
the first one. 1 death for 16, 2 for Q. Now, they do get 1-ups throughout the stage, 16-bit mentioned earlier, depending on the number of points. So yeah, we'll just basically have to keep an eye out for a very obvious continue sign that comes up. That will be the end of their credits.
Yep, totally. And I'm trying to, because the backgrounds are quite similar, I'm trying to track progress based on which ships are on screen as enemies at the time. So hopefully that will be a good guide as to who gets furthest.
I think so. And one of the things, I say one of the things, it's
there it is.
There's Q's first game over. So big grey thing ship.
Yep, and 16-bit is just about to pass where he was.
Yeah.
In fact, I think he might have just done with that, destroying that central ship.
Yeah. That's going to be an early death for Q. He's not going to be happy about that. As most arcade machines go, your first couple of stages are usually some type of gimme. The difficulty does ramp up, obviously, but the first couple are usually the easiest that you're going to get, and then obviously then it wants your money.
Oh, and he just took a death in the very first level as well.
Yeah.
I will say, I alluded earlier on that this is basically kind of a spiritual successor to 16-Bit's show, One Credit Carnage, which is a fantastic show, and I've been very blessed to been on it once or twice. I do find when it comes to these kinds of games that sometimes you've got to get in the zone, and that usually means burning a few credits and a few attempts to begin with before you really get on a tear and start destroying the thing.
There's a part as well, and there's probably some science behind it in terms of your ship's positioning, the bullets that you're firing, the bullets that they're firing, but there are definitely some bullets that will not hurt you.
Yeah.
And knowing that is obviously very, very key, but when you're playing it in a race setting like this, you just see all these things coming towards you, and you kind of forget all of that, and you're just frantically trying not to die. So it's I can't play these games. I just can't. There's so much happening. There's too much going on. I try and go with the tactic of just looking at my ship. As long as I know I'm firing, I can look at my ship and just try and avoid. But even then, it's
I'm not very good at these bullet hell things, but every one of these kinds of games has got kind of like the ship that you're seeing, or whatever it is that's flying around. Sometimes that, like, it's a ship, sometimes it's a girl on broomstick in the case of Gunbird. And even though, like, you can see the whole sprite, not necessarily the whole sprite has got like collision detection or a hitbox. Sometimes the hitbox is actually quite small, so it's about knowing exactly where your hitbox is and being able to kind of skirt the sides of certain bullets by not having it hit you, even though it looks like it might because of the sprite of your ship or whatever. So.
Yeah, they are fun games. I mean, I have many memory in arcades. You guys were talking earlier about during the arcade, wanting to beat it in as few credits as possible. I didn't have that many credits to burn, so I didn't have a choice. I had to get good or just stop. Because I couldn't afford to keep putting in the pound coins. But it was it was. You always assumed as a child that it was kind of rigged and like, wow, this game ramped up difficulty very, very quickly, and now as an adult you're like, oh yeah, it totally did. It wanted to make a profit. Makes sense.
Exactly. Yeah. For me as well, I feel like the arcades usually had quite a lot of choice, and so I never played the shmups that much because, to be honest, I only had a certain amount of money as well, much like yourself. And so for me, like, the big draw was light gun games. I absolutely adore light gun games. So I play Time Crisis 1, 2, House of the Dead 1, 2, Point Blank, all of those classics.
Yeah, I remember light gun games were definitely my thing. The old dance machines as well. Love me a dance machine. It's a shame that we couldn't have you there, Tates, but last year
some of you may know that Mr. Matt Internet creates a show on the internet called Low Res, and we had a Low Res meetup. And we met up in London where we went to one of these arcades that like it's not a rubbish like new type arcade where it's just like mobile games and you earn tickets and stuff. It was like a classic old machine arcades, and there was a machine they had set up there with like pretty much every DDR song ever in it. It was incredible.
Yeah, that would have been me. You wouldn't have even seen me for the rest of the day. Only because I would have done 2 songs and then passed out gasping for breath, and
yeah,
I'd say just go on without me.
I did the exact same thing. I was like, I'm gonna play a couple. I played 3, and then I was like, yeah, I'm done.
I'm dead. Can somebody get a wheelchair and an oxygen tank? Thank you.
Yep.
Oh, we got Carl Coniglius in chat, a returning wheeler. Hopefully this season he'll play more than 4 games.
Yeah.
That'd be nice.
I mean, created quite an upset on the games he did play, I think.
Yes. Taking a couple of first place away, sniping them out of existence, but then decided, that everyone else was too good and a lot better than him, and ran away with his tail between his legs. I'm sure that's the story. I'm sticking to it anyway. Claims he can win the wheel. Just saying.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Well, season 7's there for the taking, buddy.
Yeah.
It's coming soon.
Yeah.
We can't tell you when, but soon.
Coming soon to a Twitch channel near you.
Oof. Another death from Q there.
Amaro asking there, who's winning? Right now, definitely 16-bit Hyper Turbo. Q has taken a credit and started back from stage 1. 16-bit, I think, is still just on the 1 death, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I don't think he's game overed.
No.
He certainly hasn't game overed.
So, definitely 16-bit Hyper Turbo. I haven't caught quite what stage he's on, though.
Yeah.
I think maybe
it'd be
4?
nice if it showed that on screen, wouldn't it?
It would be. I took a break this year, Carl and Z. That's why. I would think that 16-bit picked up an extra life somewhere along the road there. That makes sense.
Yeah.
I took a break this season. It was pretty much an announced break, I think. But I will be back for this season, don't worry. I mean, not like I'm competing for anything. Basically, just to beat Decky. That is my entire wheel existence. I've learned my lesson. I know where I stand in the grand scheme of things.
When you... I swear to God, I think you were the upper bar, though, weren't you?
It's
Last
funny,
time you two tussled?
Funny you mentioned that. I was the upper bar. In case anyone that wasn't aware, the upper bar just means I'm better than Decky. And I got a plaque. I got a little trophy for it as well, which is still more than what Octo has for being a 2-time champ.
Yeah?
Yeah.
There you go. I will say, and I don't want to put any undue pressure on you, sir, but the people have spoken. They wish to see the return of Between Two Bars. Do you think that might happen this season?
We hope so. We hope so. The bars have been in discussion about it. However, I think the one thing that might get in the way of it this year is Decky is like obsessed with being the upper bar this year. And I don't know if he wants the distraction of Between Two Bars. Being the upper bar, I can handle such commitments.
Of course, yeah.
You know?
But yeah, I could see how Deck would become scared, shaking violently, just at the thought of having to do 2 things at once.
And also, having to like interact with me.
Yeah, because of course, because
he might start liking me again, and then that makes it harder if he wins. And there's a lot of emotion that goes into the wheel. There's a lot of emotion that goes into being the upper bar and the lower bar. So we'll see, but it's definitely not, to answer your question, it's definitely not off the table.
Oh, there goes 16-bit.
All
So
right.
he's in the level with a bunch of like green lines on the floor.
This is why people tune in, Garlips, for the detailed game knowledge that we possess. It's got green lines on the floor. Got it. Say no more. I know where he is.
I feel confident that I'll be able to identify that same green bars on the floor later.
I think so. I think so. So for those that are watching, wondering what's going on, Q is now technically in the lead in terms of what stage there are, but 16-bit has the overall lead of progression. So Q is ahead on the stage if you're watching the actual gameplay. 16-bit has the furthest progression on 1 credit so far. So still all to go for. You just want to hear the audio for one moment. You know what? Garlips, let's give the people what they want. Let's crank up the volume a little bit on their audio. We'll give them some Dodonpachi ASMR, and we'll just stay quiet for a bit.
Okay.
You are listening to, by the way, 16-bit Hyper Turbo's audio. That is the audio you're hearing right now. So enjoy.
Dang, the music's good.
There you go. You can never say we don't give the people what they want. But yes, the soundtrack to this game is a banger. I think 16-bit was saying that. I think when we were off screen, that you know the music kind of gets them pumped up for playing the game as well, and it does it really does get you into it. It's a good old soundtrack. Ooh, another death by Q.
He is now at the point where he's trying to catch up to where 16-bit left off on his first go through the game.
Yeah.
We're not there yet, so 16-bit's still holding the crown for now.
Now, I don't think, refresh my memory here, I don't think on the wheel we've played that many of these kind of vertical shooters.
No, that's actually a good point.
Yeah.
I don't know if they just don't get nominated that much, or because I don't recall seeing many nominated either. Honestly, the closest thing to a shmup that we played recently, I think, would probably be Rocket Knight Adventures, which had some levels like that.
That's right.
But even then, far from a bullet hell.
Yeah.
Those levels.
And it's funny because this type of game fits right into the wheel's criteria of a lot of things, specifically struggle.
Yeah, and it's got a very much kind of like a, here's your time, use it wisely, try your best. You know, death teaches you, informs you for your next attempt, and so it's kind of like another game that we had on the wheel not last season, but season before was Spelunky Classic, and I felt that was a very good choice for the wheel because it kind of like 10 minutes and then you die and you go, okay, I died, so you try and remember next time to not do the thing that you did when you died, and like over the course of say 3 or 5 hours, as you would on a wheel submission, you slowly improve and you learn things, and that I think that's the best kind of wheel submission.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. You have to help me out here, Garlips. You've got chat open.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's a new chatter, but someone's saying that they mentioned Sky Shark. I don't even know how to pronounce that name.
Sky Shark. Oh yeah, so I think you pronounce this name Kyle or Ian or what? I mean, what is it? Kyle or Ian or I nominated? That's not even a name.
Kyle They apparently nominated
Sky Shark.
I don't recognize them as being a wheeler though, so unfortunately we can only take nominations from wheelers who have participated. So get involved, join the Discord. You know, maybe next season we can get that game for you. We'll have a look.
Yeah, see, for a second there, I caught the name, like, looking at it sideways, and I thought that it was maybe Kylo. But Kylo only nominates games that he's played 100 times on the SNES, like Link to the Past.
Right, it's just Zelda games. That's right.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Interesting.
So it can't be that.
Hill or Ian suggestion. Heel, Ori, and I mean, yeah, who knows? If only they would tell us how to pronounce their name. Welcome in, Kyle Orr. Welcome in.
I can't help but feel like Kill Ian is like the shit follow-up to Kill Bill.
The WoS.com Kill Bill. Those are green lines you're seeing
Those
on
are
the
green
screen.
lines. Yes, that is very true. Keeping a close eye on Quantum Player 1 screen.
No, I think this is
Just-
around
yeah.
about where.
Yep, we are starting to see.
got
Yeah,
to.
because those mechs on the side that
Yeah.
kind of look like Land Rovers. I think we might be witnessing the crown change hands here. How many lives left does Q have? I can't. Where do I look for lives?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, great.
Yeah, 0, I think.
Oh, so next hit and he's gone. But I do believe at this point he is further ahead.
Yes, this is definitely progress. This is PB for sure.
Yeah, because we've got the mech. Yeah, he's at the boss.
Yeah.
He's at the boss.
Yeah, so we're
That
definitely.
makes our job a lot easier.
Yes, yes. Please, runners, get to the boss before dying. That makes our life
Yeah.
so much easier.
It certainly does. So I think Q just needed a second to get into a stride here.
Yeah. Take a couple of early deaths, shake off the rust a little bit. I know Q had a stream this morning doing some practice that he wasn't overly happy about, so maybe just a reminiscence of that stream, and now he's getting back into the swing of things.
I can attest it's a very good strategy to have a stream just before the race where you don't do well at all.
Yeah.
For some reason that worked really well for me. But if he can get this boss put away, then he'll have a significant lead on 16-bit.
Very much. Did a great job here avoiding all these bullets, not using the bomb to clear the screen.
Oh, there he did.
There he is, yeah.
And to be fair, it was looking pretty hairy. Oh, and there it is.
Oh, no.
So the boss has about like a little red chunk left.
Yeah.
That's how we'll tell.
Oh, that was so close. But that does mean Q does take the overall lead. Obviously, 16-bit is ahead on our screens, but 16-bit now basically, essentially needs to beat that boss.
Exactly. God, this happens every time, right? And it sounds like I'm damning with faint praise, and I promise I'm not, but like, some of these games, I've never heard them before, I've never seen them before, right? So, it's not that I'm not excited about them, but when I know I'm commentating them, I'm like, okay, I'm commentating this game. I don't get as excited, maybe because I don't have nostalgia with it or whatever. But when I actually get sat here and I start watching two great players playing a game I've never played before, I get massively invested all of a sudden.
Yeah, and it makes you realize that there's just not enough hours in the day.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, okay, I want to play this now.
Yep. And I started the race by saying I'm hopeless at shmups, but yeah, now I want to pick it up.
Yeah. I mean, even the brief little time that I had playing it, I thoroughly enjoyed it because it's quick. And it's, yes, you're gonna die, and you know you're gonna die a lot, but there is a really weird sense of accomplishment with these types of games.
Totally. Because although you're playing against the game, you are also playing against yourself to improve. So
Yeah.
it's about knowing that you've bested yourself by getting to a further point this time.
So what you're seeing on the screens as well here, you'll see that there are stars. So obviously everything that they kill, they get points for. There's also stars, which give them additional points. The points will give you extra lives as you progress through the game. We're not going to see it, but there is a secret level. Actually, no, let me take that back. it's very unlikely that we'll see it. There is a secret level that you have to meet a very, very strict set of conditions. One of those conditions being points. So,
Yeah.
because these guys aren't really worried about points other than for the extra lives, and they're pretty much resigned to the fact they're not going to see this extra stage, you might wonder, oh, well, why didn't they make an effort to get those stars? Why didn't they make an effort to get those extra points? And it's really because other than one-ups, they don't need them, and especially in a bullet hell like this, you have to make a very calculated decision, like, do I want to put my ship over there to get a star when there's 5,000 bullets on the screen?
Exactly, and you'll see that both of these players today are kind of like, they kind of move in zigzags across the screen, and every so often they will change direction based on the projectiles that are coming, and whether I think honestly sometimes they can get painted into a corner where everything's coming at them, and so the only safe spot is the corner, and then once that reaches a point where it's too much to deal with, they'll then deploy a bomb to clear the screen, so to speak.
Yeah, and you can see both of them are really, they hug the bottom of the screen. Now, from what I've seen, nothing comes from behind you, more's the pity, but being at the bottom of the screen is the safest, gives you enough time to see all of the projectiles, but it can leave you, like you say, kind of pinned in, so you might see some very quick movements up to, you know, forge a path through the bullets, and then you're out of rhythm, you're out of sync with everything else. So there's a lot of, like, you're not thinking 2 steps ahead, you're really having to think 3-4 steps ahead on really where you're positioning your ship.
Yeah.
Because it's one hit, that's it. One bullet. And
there's kind of a rhythm to it as well, because obviously you can see here with the boss that 16-bit's fighting right now, some of the projectiles comes out in waves, so and it's almost like a pulse, like as you weave between them, it's almost like a beat matching game, like a rhythm action game, because you're kind of swerving left and right at a kind of a pace that is meted out by the waves of bullets.
I think that is 16-bit now getting to the level that Q just died on, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, you're absolutely right.
Yeah. So again, here on 16-bit screen, if we get there, we are looking for the boss. 0 life.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is a one shot basically.
Got to do the whole level on this one shot. Yeah. So we'll see how that goes. I wish it would say on the screen what level they were on, even if it was just at the start of the level. I think the next person to die, I'm going to have to sit and count them.
I'll take over for commentary. You count. Yeah, if you haven't picked up this game, I think it was available on a couple of consoles. We're obviously playing on legal and original hardware, but also available on other consoles and other methods. So if you haven't picked this up, I definitely would recommend it, even if you're not much of a kind of vertical bullet hell connoisseur. Yeah, go ahead and pick this up, because it is a lot of fun.
Yeah, I think I heard the lads talking about a Saturn version, but of course StruggleR, we paid to get 2 Dodonpachi cabinets from Japan mailed to the prospective races, and they're using real hardware today.
Yes, thank you to everyone who subscribed to the Wheel of Struggle. That money went straight to these arcade cabinets. And if you haven't subscribed to the Wheel of Struggle, why not subscribe so we can buy more arcade cabinets?
There's that death for 16-bit, so he hasn't toppled Q's crown just yet.
Almost at the exact same spot. Almost.
As last time, yeah.
Those damn green lines. Now, what will be interesting here is if we haven't spoke about it and they didn't mention it, but I wonder if after a game over, you know, there might be a small delay, a stand up, a stretch, a walk around, get a quick reset in yourself, and go again. Because we have we've agreed on a 3-hour cap. Is that right?
Yes, we have.
Yeah. So we're only, you know, 30 minutes into the race so far. These guys are flying through these stages and getting beat at the same place. So they could take, you know, a little stretch, stand up, walk about a minute, get themselves reset to go again. Because it's intense to just jump right back into it again. You sometimes
Totally
need
is.
that reset.
And you do sometimes definitely need to step away for a second. But also, I will say, like, certainly for me anyway, the more I kind of like, sometimes I can tell if I'm like pushing it and it's not going to happen. But most of the time, it's like a case of I get into a zone with it, especially with these kind of rhythmic, instinct. I would call this instinctive gameplay, because although they have got tactics when it comes to what they're doing, ultimately they're very much kind of living in the moment. So I would call it quite instinctive gameplay, and so it's kind of like, for me it's like a rhythm action game, specifically Guitar Hero. There becomes a point where you are not thinking about what's coming next, you are just hitting the things as they arrive. And so the more I do that for a while, the more I get into a kind of a zen state with it. But yeah, it totally is the case that sometimes a step away is good as well.
You find when you start making mistakes on things that you haven't been making mistakes on consistently, you go, okay.
Yeah, maybe, yeah. That's a good sign.
Yeah.
That you need a moment. So that is 16-bit just beaten 1-1. So I'm keeping a track of what levels he's on.
Q, I think, is 3, but yeah, let's keep an eye on 16-bit.
Okay. So if Q's on 1, if Q's on 1-3, is it 1-4 that he got to the boss of, or is it 1-5?
I think it's 1-5.
Okay, cool.
Moomin, happy Sunday. Welcome in. And, we're talking about taking a break and stretching. Again, another reminder. Chat, make sure you're stretching. Make sure you're keeping hydrated. Take care of yourselves and each other. I just watched the Jerry Springer.
Hear this? That's me opening a can of Pepsi Max. I'm looking after myself.
There you go. Who's dodoned the most patchy so far?
It's a very good question.
That's a great way to put it. It is,
I would say,
very close. It's almost neck and neck, to be honest. I think we would agree, though, that Q is ahead by basically a boss, reaching the boss.
Yeah, so I think, 16-bit got to, if we're assuming it's 1-5, 16-bit got there first, and got to about halfway through the level. Then Q got there on his second attempt and got to the boss, and almost killed the boss, to be fair. And then 16-bit has again got to that level and died at more or less the same point as he did before. So currently the crown is with Q. Q will be next up to get to that level, providing he makes it through this one. So, yeah, keep an eye on it, because
very
everything could
close.
change.
Oh, it's so close. In my head, obviously I'm a frequent viewer of Q streams, as I hope everybody is. If you're not following Q, please go and follow Q. Fantastic streamer, very, very entertaining, fantastic community, lots of jokes all the time. When Q's playing a game, when he dies, he has a sound effect. I hope that when he's not streaming and playing a game, just like now, I know he's technically streaming, but he's not streaming to his audience. I hope when he dies, in his head, he still goes.
Oh, I think it must do. It's like a Pavlovian response.
Yeah.
It's just.
It would just. It's one of those things that would just make me so happy if I found out it was true, for no real reason. Like, even when we placed the bet, he couldn't help himself. He had to get your bets on now. He has to do it. So I really hope he does the. Speaking of the bet, how did the bet end up?
Oh, good point. Let me have a look at the prediction.
By the way, FYI, while Garlic pulls that up, we are aware we didn't cash the bet out live on stream yesterday. We did cash it out after, so if you bet on yesterday's race, you will have had your points given to you. Apologies we didn't do it on stream. We will do it at the end of the stream.
At the end of this stream,
yes.
Yeah. So I can reveal that it's very evenly split, actually. We've got a 52-48 split. 52% of the chat believe in Quantum Player 1, with a total of 7,000 channel points on the line. And we've got 16-bit at 48% with 6,500 channel points on the line. So it really is. It kind of goes to show how evenly matched these players are, and it could go either way today.
That's interesting, given that this is really 16-bit genre.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
I wonder why chat went, because this is before QP1 even established the crown for himself in the race so far. So
Yeah.
maybe it's just a belief in Q. Maybe it's skewed by the fact that some of Q's audience is here today. I don't know.
Maybe, but that's crazy.
Chat are crazy.
Chat are crazy.
They're completely unhinged.
Yeah. All right, so I think we are now on the stage for Q. We're now on the furthest progression stage.
Hex saying they just wanted to make it 52.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, absolutely. Okie dokie. Oh, do you know what I realized? I've stopped counting the levels on 16-bit screen.
I think you're okay. I don't think he's progressed. I think this is the next progression. I think you're okay.
You had one job, Garlips. It was count to 5.
Oh, green line gang again.
Oh no. Q failing to get to the boss.
We're definitely getting a bottleneck on 1 credit on that level. And now, of course, when we go and speak to the guys and we're like, green line, they're not going to have a clue what we're talking about.
Absolutely not.
So what's going on with those green lines?
So, well, I think what we'll probably do is, because we've got a 3-hour race, we'll probably call in with them at 1 hour-ish and 2 hours-ish.
Yeah.
That probably makes the most sense.
I think that's fair. I would have said, and I know Q kind of said something similar, but I would have said, do not come and talk to me. I cannot focus on the game and talking on this game. I don't know how they do it. I don't know how they can possibly focus on a conversation and dodging and shooting and everything else that's going on.
I would be the same. I think what we'll do is, at the 1 hour mark, the next death, the next game over that each racer takes, we'll call in then.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Yeah, AAA. He's been to every arcade in the world. Legendary player.
Now, if you want to start again with Q, you can.
Oh, yes, of course, he's on level 1-1,
Yeah.
isn't he? Okay. I'm going to do it this time. I'm going to count to 5 takes.
I'm going to slowly count to 5.
So, 16-bit. Is he now entering 1-5? AKA Green Line Gang? Or is he got a level to go before that?
Level to go.
Oh, it looks like, yeah, level to go.
Yeah.
Okay. To be fair, Deck, we do try to, when I unmute, I do try to do a hello at the top of my voice just to really put the shit up people. So I'm glad it's working.
All right, Q on another level, Garlips.
1, 2. Here we go.
So
So 1, 2 is the one.
Welcome
It
to
actually
StruggleR,
helps.
where we learn to count.
It actually helps to write stuff down about the levels. So actually, 1, 2 is like Mars, right? It's like red. Yeah, so that's helpful. And it looks like 1, 4 is like destroyed city.
Yeah.
See? I know what I'm doing.
We've done game before.
Yeah, mini game.
Many talk game.
Oh, and let me tell you, Season 7 of The Wheel. There are a bunch of games in there, friend.
I hear that, every week for a specified number of weeks, we're going to play another one.
Yes. Yeah. I can reveal. Games.
Games weekly.
Weekly games.
Wow. I just wish there were someone that would be able to tell us what games. Like, I wish you could tell us. I wish I could tell us.
Yeah, I wish, you know, but we are bound by the conventions and the creeds of the council to not tell.
Yeah.
Punishable under pain of death by Fishman himself. So
Yeah. It's a shame. It's a shame.
down with the council.
No.
Down with the council.
No.
Now see, I'm a hugely left-leaning anti-establishment type figure, so I got caught out last time when Z said down with the council. I was like, yeah, fuck, someone finally said it. Then someone clipped that and sent that to Fish, and now I don't say that anymore because I don't want to be re-educated again.
Yeah, it was a painful process.
It was large parts of it with no clothes on, and I don't want to ever go back to that place.
I'm glad you've learned. All hellfish.
All hellfish. So here we go, 16-bit.
Strugglification.
Oh my goodness, that's amazing. So I'm writing that down. That might end up becoming an episode of the Struggler's Wheel or something.
Do you suffer? You need re-strugglification.
Oh, I'm not reading that.
No. Although 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, it's not 6 letters. I was going to say great name for an upcoming Zelda race, but
Yeah.
too many letters. All right, so here comes 16-bit. Now I think 16-bit's about to go to green.
Yep,
Green Line
he is
Gang.
in Green Line Gang.
Yeah. Aptly named. I've just checked the Wikipedia. That is the name of the stage. So.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, our what's the word I'm looking for? Intuition has paid off there.
So, the lives are the little blue ships just underneath the scoring.
Oh, there they are. I see them now. Yeah.
Yeah, so, hang on. 16-bit just went, and that was his last one, so he's now on 0 lives.
0
remaining.
lives on this stage again. Crap! I've lost count of Q. Have you been keeping track of Q?
He's on 1-3, I believe.
Still on 1-3. Okay.
Which is kind of like Sky City, I guess. Like off of Star Wars.
There's got to be people in chat going.
And there goes 16-bit.
This level just bottlenecked. Absolutely bottlenecking this level. Yeah, there must be people in chat wondering why we commentate.
Because no one else was available.
Yeah, you know, step up.
And
right?
we're pretty cheap.
Yeah. Step up. StruggleR Season 3. If you don't want to race, don't race. If you want to... are we getting... Yeah, I don't know if we caught that there from 16-bit. Did you see his high score entry name?
No, what was it?
Fuck.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah. Oh, Acolyte has struggled with an apt question. Would Garlips beat Carl in Enter the Gungeon?
Yes. I've barely played Into the Gungeon in my entire life, but the answer is yes.
Interesting.
Because Garlips has decided that he's not going to lose any more races. He's lost enough now. He's going to try and improve and be good.
Interesting. If only there was a platform where we could find this out. Wait.
Yeah. Well, while we may not have Z on any of the races currently put down for the rest of this month, we do have Z commentating the last race of the season, the finale race. So that's pretty good, and we're looking forward to that because that's going to be a blind race where all of the players have never played any of the games involved in the race before.
That's going to be fun.
Very exciting. Yeah.
That is going to be fun. And yeah, if you are interested, if you want to challenge somebody to a race for next season, for StruggleR Season 3, or if you want to get involved in commentary, get in the Discord. Let us know.
Well, yeah, I was actually, you know, we'll sort this out in private. But Z, if you're listening and you're available, do you want to commentate the Portal race? It's a bit early for you, but I'd be more than happy to have you.
Yeah. Trust me when I tell you, Garlips will very rarely say no to anyone offering help.
It's true.
Or if you know of a climbing game that Tater can play to... yeah, very good, Decky. Very good. Very good.
I was going to say 16-bit just taking an intentional death there, or... 'cause
No.
He wasn't very far in.
He took it. Oh, an intentional restart, maybe. Maybe he just lost too many lives early on, just said, yeah, start again.
I think it might have been tactical in some aspect.
Yeah.
Right, so if I've counted correctly, Q should be on level 1-4, which is Destroyed City.
Yep. You're doing it, Garlips. You're doing it.
I'm doing it! My primary school teacher would be so proud.
You can call them if you want. I'll hold the fort down.
Mrs. Baker, to be honest, at this point, I hope she's still alive, but wherever you are, Mrs. Baker.
I did it.
Hope you're enjoying this Dodonpachi race.
How did you know we were here? Can we make note of these level names? Garlips has a note. Garlips, like, he's not lying. He is writing it down.
Yeah, so currently on levels, I've got the first one, Mars, Sky City, Destroyed NYC, and Green Line.
Green Line. The official splitters of Dodonpachi. You know what? I just want to take a moment here. We're waiting for these guys to kind of get to their furthest point. You've said this a couple of times. Decky's now chiming in saying this, oh, Tater only plays climbing games that he's good at.
Oh, is this the intervention? Is this where I've talked so much shit you're now going to confront me with it?
No, I'm not going to confront you with it. I'm not going to confront you with it because you have a point of argument. You have played so many games, you have raced so many races. I've raced one race at a game that I was good at, but I would like to point out I never challenged anyone to that race.
That's true.
I was challenged.
That is true.
The reason that I haven't done any other races is because I am aware of my gaming skills and that I'm not very good at them. The wheel has shown me this. So I don't feel the need to challenge anyone at anything because I already know they're gonna beat me.
You know what? Honestly, mood. I get that.
Yeah, right. So I'm putting my time and effort in helping Garlips commentate and facilitate these races. Deck, what have you commentated? Other than playing Crash Bandicoot, what have you commentated on? Oh, wait a minute. Nothing. That's why you're the lower bar. That's why you will always be beneath me when it comes to skill, because I go out and help people, Deck. I help. You know what? I need a minute.
That's okay. To be honest, I'm shocked and very appreciative that you came to us instead of the Sun newspaper to begin and lay out this diatribe, setting the record tape, so to speak. So yeah, take a breather. I understand thinking about Deck gets us all very hot and bothered. Oh, he has actually stepped away for a minute. Okay. You really got to him, Deck. You really got to him.
You commentated one thing, Deck, and what did you commentate? Resident Evil. Oh my god. That's like Kylo commentating on Zelda. Of course he's good at it.
I mean, he's got a point, Deck. He's got a point.
What do I know about Despacito here that we're playing? Nothing. Nothing.
Alexa, play Dodonpachi. Oh, amazing.
Yeah, and if we had commentary on a stag, you'd be great at that as well, Decky. You know what? I'm getting distracted. So, we're still making our way through the stages, aren't we?
Yes, we are. I am meeting Deck this week in real life. So if you want me to give him a Chinese burn, I could do that for you.
Yes, please. Yes.
Okay.
And a purple knuckle as well.
Bring your best conker, Deck.
Prepare to lose it. That was fun. Yeah, you're talking a big game, but you've got 4 more hours of commentary to fill. All right, Deck, I'm gonna have another rant in an hour and a half. Be prepared.
Yeah, you got to build up for the next one.
Yeah.
Luckily, we are not doing the whole 5 hours today. We are doing a 3-hour hard cap run. It's especially a hard cap because I've got to. I'm commentating another. Well, not commentating. Well, yeah, sort of commentating. I'm couch for another person's speed run at 7 p.m. So we need to be done by then. Yeah.
Wonderful.
Some of you may know them. It's Hobbytan, who is wheel-adjacent. There are several wheel-adjacent people who sort of know quite a lot of us and do other things with us, but don't do the wheel itself. Although Hobbytan did manage to sneak in a sneaky little nomination for Season 7. Oh, there goes Q.
Green Line Gang again.
Yeah. Hobbytan convinced me to nominate Sinistar for Season 7. And who knows? You might have it, you might not. But it's definitely been nominated. Sinistar, incidentally, a shmup, so full circle.
Oh, there we go. Look at that.
Yeah.
Everything always comes together.
Sinistar. I think Tates would beat us all at that. He's got a beautiful voice.
I mean, I feel I could do well.
I think so. I mean, I've heard you sing Flying Without Wings, and you know, I'm not gonna lie, it made me cry.
For the good reasons, all right? For the good reasons.
Oh yeah. No, like when I heard Deck sing, I cried because it was awful, but this was like a different kind of crying. I didn't sing Cheeky Girls. Is that true?
I mean, he might have. I sing all the time. Taylor does sing on me and Michael Jackson. They say why? Sorry.
He didn't sound very mean there at all.
Yeah, 16-bit sitting on 1 life very early on. I think this is Mars.
Yeah, this is Mars.
Yeah, so not boding well. But oh no, just as we say it, gains that extra life back up to 2. I'll make it feel a little bit better about things, but still quite early to be down to 2. Q also down to 2 though, and even I think further behind technically. So it's all getting a bit much for them.
We might be on Mars, or we might be on the 3rd one, which is Sky City, because the background at the bottom looks kind of like Sky City. Unless I'm getting confused about levels again.
Why don't I challenge someone at SMK, assuming you mean Super Mario Kart? Because
well, you know how I feel about Super Mario Kart. I was very vocal.
Yes, I do like Super Mario Kart. I mean, I like racing, so, but I don't. I don't challenge. I let people challenge me. So, you want to throw down a Super Mario Kart decade? Come at me, bro.
Yeah. Well, we managed to cajole you into a chain together race, so that's gonna be fun.
Yeah, that's true. But I mean, people are going to say the same thing. Oh, I only plays the climbing games that he's good at. Shut up, chat.
Well, if I did call you out for Doggy Up, would you bite for Season 3?
Oh, I like what you did there. I like what you did there. Yeah, sure. I'll play anyone who challenges me at anything. I just don't challenge. Because I know I'm not good at most games, so there's no point.
Fair fucks.
But I'll get involved. I'll get involved with anyone who throws down. I'll always take a challenge. I'm not even practicing chain together.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
That's to be honest, you'll probably still win. But that does make me feel a slight bit better because it means if I put in a lot of practice, maybe I might come second.
I expect to lose chain together because I expect you and or Decky to practice. I'm not.
Oh.
I'm not doing it.
I don't think I could practice, but I think you just have an innate skill when it comes to climbing things.
Yeah. I like going up. I enjoy it.
It's true. Yeah.
Right away, Dex pushed you out of the Mario Kart race. Unbelievable. Never lived until you played Phasmo and Taters in the background going, why? Bye. It's true. I'm either going why, or ooh, what does this card do? Phasmo fans will understand that. Alright, anyway, back to Dodonpachi.
Yes, ironically though, both of our ships are going up because from our viewpoint, that's what they're doing.
That's what they are going up. It all comes back around again.
It does.
It looks like I didn't see 16-bit take a game over there, so it looks like he's gained another life. And oh well, never mind, lost it there.
Yes, he had. You're absolutely right.
He had another life, so definitely getting those points in. Q then finishing that stage that he was on.
So Q is now on Sky City. Which I make level 1-3. Well, I think 16-bit is on 1-4.
Yes. 1-4 with 2 lives. Now this is where things got nasty from his last credit, where he lost basically 2 lives on the boss here.
Yeah, which meant that going into 1-5, he couldn't take a hit.
Yeah.
So.
Interesting to see how he progresses through. Some beautiful movements between those bullets.
Mm. Are you ready?
Are you ready? I said,
Definitely.
Are you ready? Sorry, Royal Rumble last night.
Oh. Well, in the UK, we recently got Gladiators back. It started back up last year, and they're on season 2 now. But like, they didn't get a Scottish guy to do the contender ready. So
that was the best.
Yeah, it's like, it's good, but it's not as good as it used to be.
Every time they start a round, a little part of you dies inside because you don't hear it.
Yeah. Like, it's kind of funny how stuff like that sticks with you because, oh, there goes 16-bit again, the boss. We used to watch Robot Wars back in the day as well. Robot Wars had a guy on it who did all the announcements. When a fight was finished, he wouldn't say, like, fight over. He would go, cease.
Cease.
Right? Cease. So that's, like, still hard-coded into my brain. Because we were in French, and, of course, cease is 6 in French. So
yeah.
Every time anything came up with 6 in it.
Shout out to Carlos's French teacher again.
Mrs. Lloyd, I hope you're doing well. Hope you're enjoying the Dodonpachi race. Here we go. It's Green Gang.
It's Green Gang.
Green Gang?
Yeah. Green Gang with essentially 2 lives.
Yeah, a second hit. Or rather, 1 hit that he can take and carry on. Oh, look at these patterns. They are mesmerizing.
Yeah, I mean, the bullets trace you, so you can do your left, right zigzag, but eventually, like you mentioned earlier, you're just going to corner yourself. So it's really finding the sweet spot and, okay, can I clear these enemies and then bomb the projectiles, or do I risk staying in the middle and trying to dip, dodge, dive, duck, and dip? Alright.
Sounds a bit like Floof coming up with new ways to say combination or combo.
16-bit now on his last life. Hopefully we'll get to the boss screen. Might not be the worst thing taking that hit. He did use a lot of bombs to clear the screen, so...
And he has got a lot of bombs on him, so realistically, I think he should be saying to himself at this point now, I just need to use these bombs to get me to the boss so that I can make progress. I mean, he doesn't know that that's where Q took it. Oh, and there it is.
Never mind.
Should have used a bomb, Manine.
Should have used a bomb, but I think, yeah, he was probably trying to save those bombs for the boss to get to the next stage, but little does he know.
Yeah. I mean, at this point, because he's died at pretty much the same point for 3 goes in a row now, almost. Not counting that false start, so,
Over.
I'd imagine he'd just want to be making progress for his own sake, let alone
Yeah.
to against Q.
Good point there from Z. Probably a good time if you want to jump in and speak to him.
Okay, yeah, good point. Yes,
Yeah, we're
let's
right
talk
at
to
that
16-bit.
59-minute mark.
Perfect. I'll unmute.
Okay. The countdown begins.
16-bit Hyper Turbo, how you doing, fella?
What's going on?
We noticed you put fuck in the naming thing a while back.
Yeah, man. What's going on?
Nothing. We're watching two professionals
Mate.
take care of business today.
Mate, trying our best, I guess. Fuck. Yeah, so managing a consistent level 5, which is nice, but like that's always been pretty consistent for a long time now. It's a hump. Level 5's a hump to get over.
Yeah, we're definitely
Yeah.
seeing a bottleneck there with you. You're almost consistent as to where you're game overing as well. You're almost at the exact same spot every time.
Yeah, it's the old hallway of hell, or the ditch of death, or the.
Well, chat noticed that there were green lines on the floor, so we've been calling it Green Line Gang, and you've definitely been a strong member of the Green Line Gang today.
the green line gang.
Yeah. we're creating auto splitter names for you as the game goes on, so we'll make those available.
I'm
we've
like hearing my own bubble, and then I'm like, I wonder how the stream's going. You know, it's a bit it's strange, but I like it. You know,
Yeah.
it's cool.
Oh yeah, chat is absolutely loving the race between the two of you today. If you were forced to think about it, do you think you're in first or second place right now in terms of progress made?
Look, I think it's a tough call. I think if Quantum has had a really good first run or second run, he's probably in the lead. But I feel like I had a pretty strong first go, so I feel like I'm pretty confident saying I'm in the lead so far.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
You did have a very
Interesting.
strong first credit, because I think you got to level 5 on your first credit, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. It's a really, really strong first credit, which is great. It is amazing to watch. I mean, there's so much going on. There's so much happening. And both of you are handling it like pros. It really is amusing, entertaining to watch. But very much so when we get to the Green Line Gang, seeing how far you can how far you progress. So we're keeping our fingers crossed for you, bud.
Yeah, thanks.
Right, we'll leave you to deal with Mars. We're calling this level Mars.
Visit Mars.
So-
Yeah, it's pretty accurate because I'm pretty sure it is.
Oh, nice.
Fantastic. Well, it's nice to be correct, even if it's by accident.
Yep.
Yeah.
We will we'll catch up with you in a bit, fella. Good luck and carry on racing.
All right, bud. Have a good stream.
Okay, and we're out.
All right.
Now we'll keep an eye on Quantum Player 1 and see when he takes his next death.
Oh, there's one. So interesting. I mean, let's be honest. He says he thinks that he is in first, but although he's technically in second, he's in second by a screen scroll.
Yeah.
Ooh, there's an early game over for him. We might have distracted him a little bit, so can't hold that against him.
Is that Q defeating the level 5 boss?
I do.
Was it level 1-4 or 1-5?
I think that was 1-4.
I don't want to get too excited.
Yeah. Let's see.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yes. Yeah. 1-4. I was gonna say I didn't
And
recognize.
he's not got any lives left, so I think he'll probably be taking a hit soon, probably. I don't want to damn him. He might knock it out of the park, but I think we're probably gearing up to talk to him soon.
Yeah, I think so. Mr. Matt there with a very interesting question, and maybe something we should ask and find out more about. Your favorite race and your favorite commentary partnership of StruggleR Season 2. We're by far done. We have a whole month and a half left of races coming up, but that's an interesting question.
Yeah, I mean, it's so hard for me to pick a favorite because, as Mr. Matt has covered, I'm in so many of these fucking things
I think though you'll play it, you'll play it nice, but deep down you'll have a favorite where you're like, oh, I'm commentating with X. This is going to be fun.
The one thing I will say is that Mr. Matt is no one quite understands how his brain works or why it works in the way that it does. So when you're commentating next to Mr. Matt, quite often he can surprise you with the things that he's saying, and as a result, it's quite fun to commentate with him. But there goes Q. Shall we unmute?
Let's
say hello?
unmute. Yep, absolutely.
Hello, Quantum Player One. Can you hear us?
Hello. Yes, I can. Happy.
It's Friday.
Just taking a death there in level 1-5. How are you feeling so far?
Not great, to be honest. I said earlier on that I was had a little practice before we went live, and I didn't do as well as I normally do. Well, I'm doing even worse than that now.
Ooh.
But I feel like I'm getting more in the groove, so we've got time on our side. But yeah, I'm not playing that well at the minute.
Very interesting, because from where we're sat, we're watching two professionals take care of business. It's amazing.
Wow,
Absolute
okay,
screens full of projectiles, and you're just dancing across the screen between them.
Yeah, I think that's the kind of the joy of this type of game, is that when you know where to be and what's coming up, it can look really sick. Yeah, but I've took too many silly deaths in places I don't need, and I've got the eternal problem of I don't utilize my bombs enough.
Yeah. It's tricky, isn't it? Because if you take a death where you're not meant to, you get some bombs back, but also you're probably keeping a bunch of bombs safe at that point, so you don't actually gain that many. You don't get the full use of them.
I'm always thinking, like, try not to use my bombs because I'll need them later, and really, like, the last level, it's almost like mandatory to have the bombs. So I'm always thinking, try not to use the bombs, but there's no point thinking like that if you're going to take a death instead.
That's very fair. We have a question from Ducky F. Try not to think too hard about it because obviously you're also concentrating on the game. But he says,
don't worry, it's only level 1.
Is pizza a pie?
Why, Decky? Why? Meant to be me mate. No, of course it is. Don't be ridiculous. Has it got a lid?
No, it does not have a lid, to be fair.
Doesn't have a lid.
Or it's solely made of lid, depending on how you look at it.
Well, yeah, it's not puff pastry. I mean, I guess that's not mandatory, but just
fantastic.
Can we ban Decky, please?
Yeah, we're absolutely going to time Decky out.
All right, cheers.
I wouldn't have even asked that
you.
question if I'd known how upsetting it was to you. I'm so sorry.
I mean, it's not like I've got a personal thing against pies, but it's just a long-running issue that we've tried to. We fell out a few times over it, and we're gonna fall out again, I can tell.
And chat, we're also wanting to know if you were happy or not that bothered the fact that you've died 52 times.
Oh, these questions are just like tailored to tilt me, aren't they? It's like, what kind of question can we ask you? Well, what'll piss him off the most? I know. Yeah, no, that sounds about right. For 52 deaths, I wouldn't have expected any other number, to be honest. Yeah. I don't know whether to think like, oh, that's just a joke, they pulled that number out their ass, or whether like it actually is that
someone's
number,
been keeping count.
Be surprised.
I can reveal that we've been trying very hard to count the levels and consistently fucking that up. So like even counting to 5 is a problem for us. Yeah. So
I was gonna say, like, can you tell who's in the lead?
Yeah. We can absolutely, but obviously we can't intimate who that is and where it is. But we do definitely have a leader at the moment.
Right.
So I was going to ask you, because you sounded quite defeated when we first called in, but where do you think you are compared to 16-bit?
I would be surprised if I'm in the lead, to be honest. I think I've not played as good as I can, and I think 16-bit is definitely a very capable player. So if I'm in the lead, I'd be shocked either. I think I'm definitely second for now.
Interesting.
But
okay.
time is on. Time. It's still early days, and the thing with this game is you've only got to have one good run, and it's all back in. It's not like other runs that we've had where, if you fall behind, can you catch up? On this one, I think it's just a case of if the next run's a good one, then I'm back in the game.
Totally.
Yeah, and we still have just under 2 hours left, so that's plenty of runs.
Yeah, definitely.
And we will leave you to it. Good luck and carry on racing.
All right, cheers, guys. Thanks for checking in.
Cheers, Q.
See ya. Bye bye.
And we're out.
What? Wow, words.
Numbers and words.
Numbers
apparently,
and
today.
words are just, they're difficult at times. Where do you stand on this pizza pie?
Oh, pizza's not a pie. Like, but you can get pizzas that are like pies, like a deep dish, like pizza. It's almost a pie at that point. But I think the difference for me is between dough and pastry. Like, they are not the same thing to me.
The one that always got me is what makes an animal cracker a cracker? Because it's sweet, which suggests to me cookie, and putting cheese on something's kind of the defining characteristics of what makes a cracker a cracker.
Maybe I'm one of those weird fucks that would quite happily eat a slice of cheese on top of a custard cream, so you probably don't want to be asking me.
That's Armageddon Tater. Yay, somebody got it.
Oh, I see.
It's that picnic scene before he flies away to the asteroid. He's with Mrs. Aerosmith, whatever her name is.
Oh, Liv Tyler.
That's the one.
I could stay awake just to hear you breathing. Sorry, I apologize. That was not good.
Yeah, he's sitting there on the blanket. It's like, you know what I was thinking? What makes an animal cracker a cracker? And it always stuck with me.
Nice.
And then she's
nice.
like, baby, you're such sweet pillow talk. And he does a whole Animal Cracker Discovery Channel thing going on. And then he flies away and saves the world.
And you can subscribe to Tater84's YouTube channel where he does summaries of 90s movies.
5 out of 5 would recommend. Stay awake just to watch you sleeping. Fucking creepy, Steve. Fucking creepy.
Oh, but yeah, they kind of all are though. Like there's that Roy Orbison song as well. Drove all night to get to you, creep in your room, woke you from your sleep just to fuck ya. That one.
It's funny, I saw something on social media a couple of days ago, and it's like, if I make you breakfast in bed, a simple thanks is all good. I don't need this. Who the hell are you? What are you doing in my room? Nonsense. So
Dodonpachi.
Yeah. So Q's not feeling it. Q's not feeling it based on that interview. He thinks he should be doing better.
I have noticed a reluctance to, in general, for strugglers to put themselves forward as first place. Wugger is a notable exception. He was in first place and he thought he was in first place. 16-bit here said he thinks he's in first place, but he's not.
Yeah.
And Q said he doesn't think he is, and he is. So, yeah.
Which is
it's very rare, I think, for people to be correct because they don't back themselves.
It's, I think Q is thinking that way because he knows that 16-bit is very good at these games. So he's probably going, well, if I'm having a nightmare, unless he has forgot to turn on the console, then I'm probably losing.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's, I part of me wonders as well, and you'll be able to speak to this on season 1. This has definitely been the season of Q. He is playing a lot of games and he's commentating a lot of games, and he's keeping on his own stream schedule as well. That's a lot of gaming. That's a lot of screen time. Eventually, I would imagine it gets to you, and you did the same thing on season 1 where you were in pretty much every other race, if not every race. Did you feel that towards the end, like, okay, just get me through this one more race?
Absolutely felt massive fatigue. I'm so grateful to everyone because StruggleR season 1 felt very much like a kind of a pilot, and so people were involved, people definitely engaged with it, but it feels like in season 2 A lot of new blood has come in because the first season was very much kind of me against someone, except for one race. But I think I commentated that race, so yeah, I was all over the shop. So it's actually kind of nice to take a step back and let other people kind of take the floor. And yeah, Q is one of those people who's definitely appearing a lot over the season, both in racing and as a commentator. So you love to see it, and I thank everyone who does it, because honestly, I could do a race by myself if I needed to, but it's just so much easier to have someone to talk to.
Yeah.
And, yeah, it really makes a difference.
See, now we're at the stage of what we were just talking about earlier. Q's not even making it to level 5 now. That's twice now I think he's been on like 3 or 4. Maybe it is time for that. Stand up, refill the tea.
I think so, because he also said to us on his interview that he was he's feeling like he was maybe going to get into the zone with it, but he's gone in the opposite direction at this point.
He's going backwards.
Someone get that lad a cup of tea.
Someone get rid of the queues. Get him a cup of tea. Don't worry about how you got there. Just
don't make him a pizza, because apparently he gets really upset.
Yeah.
Just a cup of tea will do it, I think.
And you're either going to get there before 52 minutes or after 52 minutes. No in between. Okay. We don't want to make him any angrier than he already is.
Do you think it's like that movie? What's it called? The number 23, where it just like everything in Q's life starts to become the number 52.
I think it already has.
Like he gets a tax return, it's like 52.50.
Yeah.
And like he gets a fine, it's 52. I think it's going to happen, and it'll slowly go insane.
Yeah, I think it's already started. To be fair, I think there's been a couple of times in his Discord where something very, very random has shown up, and it's 52. You know, I think it's already happening. And the chat keeping us honest here, telling us to stop rambling on about nonsense shit. 16-bit is in Green Line Gang, and with essentially 3 lives, as it were.
Yeah, 2 hits.
2 hits. And looking pretty strong, but look at the bomb.
Doesn't have any bombs.
Yeah,
exactly. So, but with that death would come a refill of bombs.
It would. So might see a tactical, just right before the boss, just run into a bullet or something, get those bombs refilled.
Yeah, quite possible.
I think it's a roundabout here where he does usually do it. Yeah, thank you.
There we go. Right on cue. So now he's probably wanting to use the bomb to clear the screen so that he can get the power-ups. So obviously, once you take a death, you're losing your power-ups. So even though you gain bombs, you lose kind of like the firepower that you previously had. So
sometimes it'll be nice too, and it'll give you like 1 or 2 of them back. But yeah, you definitely don't have. By this point of the level, these guys are at max power of their ship. So even though you're getting 1 or 2 back, it's still not enough for what you wanted to do.
Yeah. So here we go. Second green line's on the floor.
Bob has a question for the WoS overlords. Go ahead, Bob.
I have a question. Why do people say they have a question and don't ask the fucking question? Just do it all in one comment, mate. Do it all in one comment.
It's the key. It's to build the suspense. He's done this before. Oh, that was an avoidable death, I feel. Well, again, gets his bombs back, so will it pay off?
He's hedging me.
He's hedging.
I feel edged.
Considereth well edged.
But it is a good question. Basically, the way that StruggleR works is if you want to throw down with someone over a game, you just put that possibility out there into the world, and hopefully someone will bite. Basically, what I've done in any of the races I've organised is I've thought of people who also play that game or like that game, and I've hit them up and said, "Do you want to do it?" And yeah, that's pretty much all there is to it. Oh, so that's heartbreaking.
Right at the boss, but Q did more damage.
Yeah, exactly. Q had nearly all of the bar gone, so Q still remains in the lead. So close, though.
Oh, that one avoidable death. I think that would have done it.
They really need to use their bombs. He had 4 bombs there.
Yeah.
You got to use the bombs, mate. Got to use them.
It's bombastic. two situations I find compelling. Two people that play a game a lot facing off, or two people playing a game for the first time. Well, that's what we get, Bob. We get people from
Countdown begins.
all areas of the games, right? So
1, go.
there'll be people that are, I'm going to say, amateur at the game. They've played it, they know of it, they enjoy it, and they'll be going up against people who are legit speedrunners of the game. Sometimes you'll also get people that will just be like, hey, do you fancy playing this? I'm okay at it, you're okay at it. And other times you'll get people that will, like this race, for example. This race could spawn a race next season for another game like this. So it can come from really anywhere, but at the end of the day, all it takes is someone to go in the Discord and say, hey, I want to race this, any takers? And then because we have such a long lead-in time, it gives people enough time to practice. So that's the exciting thing about StruggleR. It's not just we pick a game and say who wants to race. These games come from the racers. We just give them a platform.
Exactly. That's always been the goal. Is just to put on the dream matches that people want to do. That maybe other people wouldn't take, because I mean, for instance, everyone loves to race Mario. Everyone loves to race Zelda, etc. And we do entertain those if people want to race them. But right now we're racing a shmup from 1996 that barely anyone plays. No offense to Dodonpachi, but like, I would gather the players on Twitch of this game are small compared to your Marios, your Zeldas. So, but we are putting it on because we can, because people wanted to play it and people want to watch it, and so that's really exciting because we get to really run the gamut of gaming and have all kinds of weird things on here. And for me, I mean, like for instance, Q said to me, "I would love to race you. What should we race?" So I went to his YouTube page where he's got his list of completed campaigns in video games, and I picked a short list from that, and I said, these are the things I'd be happy to try and race you at, and we settled on Resident Evil 2, but other things on that list were Silent Hill 1, which I do speedrun, or have speedrun in the past, and Marble Madness as well. So, there are things on there that I had a bit of experience with, and there were other things on there that I have, like, barely touched since childhood, and so if he'd said yes to them, I would have started playing them and practicing them, because that's the other thing about StruggleR. With the wheel, we like people to not know the games ahead. We like people to not practice games that they know are going to be on the season, because obviously it's everyone getting chucked in at the deep end, and that's a bit fairer. But for this race, or these series of races, we really do encourage the practice, because not only does it lead to hilarious shit talking between people as they practice, but also it builds up the event, and it also means that on the day we get 2 expert gameplay screens, as you see here today, of people who've really put in the time to learn some of this game back to front.
Yeah, I think there was some awkward, both live at the same time, shit talking between you and Kylo in your last Zelda race, and I may or may not have facilitated that shit talking.
Yes. Tates was on his little bike couriering between our streams the clips in question, and yeah, that was great fun. I make fun of Kylorian at nearly every given opportunity, but it's because he is such a good sport, and it's great to give and take and shit talk and all
Is
that.
that
It's
the
so much
guy
fun.
in chat?
No, Kylorian wouldn't be. The Kylorian I know is cool.
Oh, okay.
He would be in the chat saying things about me. I mean, that would make him very uncool, right?
Right, that's right. Sorry, there
Oh,
was
wait.
a guy in chat that looked like it was a Kylo, but the name's way off. But it looks very similar, so I thought that might have been it.
Well, I mean, I hope it's not the real Kylorian, or because that would be very disappointing.
So Bob is basically trying to manufacture a race between Decky and Irish in Sonic, is what I'm getting from this, which is,
I mean, that's doable.
it's doable, but it's not Crash Bandicoot or Resident Evil, so I don't know if Decky will race it.
Yeah, unfortunately, we've got a fair share of Sonic haters on the wheel. But I mean, I'd floated the idea with Mr. Matt, I think, before Season 2 started, of a Sonic 1, 2, 3 Knuckles race, but I just don't know how long that would take. So it'll be a case of maybe at some point we could do a Sonic race. I would love to. I mean, we get all of our branding and music, etc., from the SonicR game, which is, well, those are the best bits of the SonicR game. So it's pretty good that we take those and not the actual game itself. Mr. Matt's saying there, though, about 4 hours. So that could be good. I mean, we could even invite Octo so that he can cancel last minute.
Yeah, I think that's. I mean, I think you actually have to.
Yeah, it's called doing an Octo now,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
Yeah, I think legally you have to invite him so that he can do it.
Yes.
I'd never do Sonic again. I think that's. I mean, yeah, Carl last season and the Sonic game that we played early on in the season, which was just delightful for what we had planned as a council, was probably the most stressed I've ever seen him. And he still talks about it to this day. Of how panicky and sweaty and scared he was of Sonic once he started getting emeralds. So yeah, I think Carl in a Sonic race is definitely a non-starter. But Decky, I think, is definitely, you know, Decky should put up or shut up.
Yeah, I mean, what was it he said about you? That you only play games that you know you're good at? Well, if he wants to combat that about himself, he needs to pick games that he's not good at, and Sonic would be one of those games, right?
I mean, very, very true.
I mean, basically, it's written in blood on a contract at this point. He's got to do it.
Yeah, absolutely. Check your DMs, Taze. No, I'm not gonna.
Also, welcome in Farty98H. I don't know what this is, but I see Dodonpachi and I watch. So we are a group of gamers. We have a group called the Wheel of Struggle, and this is what we do in our spare time. We've got a series of races that we put on, and our two racers today are both Dodonpachi players. They are trying to complete the game in 1 credit. So I don't think either of them is going to accomplish that task today, but it's simply about who gets the furthest, and currently Quantum Player 1 has gotten the furthest, basically almost defeating the boss in level 1-5 on 1 credit.
Succeed again in another death. That's... Ugh. He's making this harder for himself. Sorry, guys.
And no, go ahead. Yeah, absolutely. And if any of this interests you, you feel like maybe you want to give the Wheel of Struggle a shot, or you want to get involved with StruggleR, all you have to do is go to wheelofstruggle.com. And you know what? I'm even going to write it down for you all in chat. Go to wheelofstruggle.com. There's a link to our Discord there. Feel free to join. No obligation. You don't have to join the Season 7, which will be starting in a time more than a month, but less than 5 months. I can't tell you any more.
2025, there will be a season.
They almost got me to slip up there, but I'm not going to do it. I don't need... Wait, what was it Mr. Matt said? Hang on, I wrote it down. I don't need wheel restruggleification.
That was like the other race there. Was it with was it Mr. Matt to you or you to Mr. Matt during commentary and almost gave away who was winning?
Oh,
but,
yeah. I can't remember who that was. Yeah.
It's funny.
It's very easy, especially when you're seeing information happen to you, like, as you're talking to them. You're like, ooh, the other player's got blood, and you just got to be very careful.
Yeah.
I say the word interesting a lot, which Woggle picked up on yesterday.
Well, it's a good segue sentence.
Exactly, yeah. So the time limit today is 3 hours. That's a hard cutoff, so whoever's made the most progress at the end of the 3 hours, they will become the winner. And so far, that is Quantum Player 1.
By basically a health bar.
Yeah, not even a full health bar at that, so... It just goes to show how evenly matched these two are, and I'm sure one of them will get on a tear and make some progress at some point soon, but for now, I mean, we've got Quantum Player 1 in the Green Line Gang level. He's got, well, no more hits left at this point.
It's like they know we're about to say it.
Exactly. You can't ever give a live update on their life count because it'll change in an instant. He really needs to use his bombs here. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Go on, Q.
We'll
There we
hold
go.
our
Launch
breath.
that bomb. So he's got 3 bombs left. Let's see if we can get him to the boss. Come on, Q. Oh, and there he goes.
That is... Q will beat the boss here. Never mind.
He'd rather die than run out of bombs. I mean, unfortunately, they are keeping their bombs in their back pocket because they're thinking, well, I need my bombs to get through some of the harder screens after level 1.5. But if only they knew where the highest progress point reached was at this point, they would use everything they'd got to get through level 1.5 because it would mean taking the lead.
Yeah, I mean, having your bombs ready for the boss is almost a must. Your baseline damage it's fine, and as long as you can keep dodging, you'll get there eventually. But using the bombs, especially the laser bombs, they really do make short work of the boss. So it's like we've been saying this whole time, it is such a fine balance of when do you use them, when do you save them. I believe there was a song about gambling that kind of summed that up. Poker Face, if I remember correctly.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I believe that Ma is was basically Lady Gaga's way of imitating the laser sound.
Yes. Yes. I'm now frantically running through the Poker Face song to see if I can keep this going, but
Well, you wouldn't think it to look at Lady Gaga, but a Bullet Shmups, she's absolutely fucking mad for
loves
it.
them. Loves them.
Yeah.
Absolutely loves them. If she's not in the movies or in the recording studio, she's just pumping quarters into an arcade machine.
Absolutely. And it's kind of a lovely thing to see, really.
Well, you know, Henry Cavill, massive Warhammer guy.
Oh yes.
You know, and you wouldn't think it just to look at him. Lady Gaga, shmup lover.
Yeah. Occasionally the ships say things like the boss that 16-bit's up against right now, just like occasionally a little voice file plays and I'm like, I have no idea. Is that from his ship? Is it from the boss? Is it saying like bomb ready, laser ready? I have no idea.
Is it 16-bit screaming?
It could be. So at this point now, 16-bit is on a run that could feasibly become the new furthest progress if he just keeps at it. He's entering level 3, I believe. Hang on, let me take a look at my handy dandy notes. Yes, he must be because this is Sky City. Meanwhile, Q is on level 1-1 after that recent defeat, and he's hoping to make progress here soon.
No worries, Sky. Welcome back in, though.
If you are like Kramit and have been away recently, we can bring you up to speed. Currently, Quantum Player 1 has made the most progress in this game. He's gotten to the end of level 1.5, but didn't beat the boss. However, he did inflict the most damage on the boss that we've seen. Meanwhile, 16-bit has made it to that same boss once, and he did get the health bar to go down, but it was not as far down as it was for Quantum Player 1. So that's currently where we stand. Actually, both of them have put, their post very, very, very close together in the sand, but there is a clear delineation, at least for us, in terms of working out who's made it the furthest.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 16-bit was, when we asked 16-bit, when we checked in with him, he was saying that level 5 is a bit of a wall, and yeah, that makes sense. Tracks.
I see here, Decky have told me to check my DMs. Decky has thrown down a Balatro challenge.
Ooh. Now, how many people in the world do you think are racing Balatro?
Probably less than one.
Well, there you go. We could be the first.
That's it. Oh, and already Z's interested in a Balatro throwdown. Well, something we'll have to discuss. There's lots of bilateral players. There's lots of people that will play like fixed seeds to get stupid scores. But yeah, I don't know if there are that many racer.
Yeah, Mr. Matt does say that bilateral speedruns are mad, but I guess all speedrunners are ultimately racing each other. But yeah, no, it'd be nice to put on a multi-screen race. You do have some time to work that out, though, the details of that, because unfortunately Season 2 is, well, it's not a wrap, it's not done yet, but basically all the races that are going to be run have been announced. So we simply don't have enough room to fit in even more. We've already got 20, which is, you know, an over 100% increase on the amount of Season 1 races. So, but yeah, feel free. You've got all the time in the world to start thinking about what you want for Season 3. And locking it in now is a really good shout. Not only do you get more time to practice, but more time to work out the various conditions of the race as well.
I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, Garlips, you do have a future races section in the Discord to discuss all these and put them all down, right?
Exactly, yep. Thanks to Kramit for actually making me make that section, because we were already in talks about how to deal with the next Zelda Ocarina of Time randomizer race that we probably will be running in Season 3. So if you really, really like OOT Rando, there's a thread in there already you can get stuck in. But yeah, feel free to start a thread in there about Balatro, and we'll go from there.
Well,
I'll create a doggy up thread later.
There we go. Z and Decky are going to take Balatro. I don't have to worry about it.
Well, I thought the rule was if you're called out, you'd do it, right?
We have another Z player. God, chance to stand.
Well, you've got a while to think about it.
I do. No, Mr. Matt. See, this is why you can't say these things, Garlips. Now you've got Mr. Matt all excited for a dogging race.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm not sure how you would broadcast that. Like, I would need cameramen and like it's all.
It's a big
it's all
production.
very, yeah. But I'm salty run backing Medj. Oh, Mirror's Edge. Oh, you mean you're salty about choosing to race it?
There was a lot to bring down there. Yes.
Well, from where I was watching, that was a very close race, so I don't think you got anything to worry about there.
No, I enjoyed
it
Mirror's
could have
Edge.
easily gone the other way.
Oh, he wants another
Oh,
goal.
you grudge match. You want revenge.
We haven't had that in Season 2.
No, the closest thing that we've come to is me and Kylo. Sorry, I almost said Octo, but Octo doesn't race, as we've established.
Say he
Kylo
will.
and I. Nah, he won't.
No.
He seriously won't. I won't book him for another race because he's cancelled twice.
Well, that's what I mean. He'll say he'll race, but then just doesn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he just gets scared. He wets himself, and then he thinks, oh, I better come up with an excuse. Oh, I've had a child. Oh, that's a great excuse.
Yeah.
Love you, Octo. But what was it? Oh, yeah, Kylo.
Yes.
So me and Kylo raced in Season 1. Fuck, I want to say Ocarina of Time, but I keep saying Octo. Ocarina of Time randomizer. And fuck, Kylo really kicked my ass at that. Like it was. I was in the lead for about 20 minutes, and then he just stole the show for the rest of the race. So that really kind of said to me, right, I want to do this in Season 2, and I want to be better. So and that's what happened. You know, at the end of the day, he won on a tiebreaker. And I'm very happy with that because, you know, there was a bit of a gulf between us in Season 1. Season 2 is a lot closer. So Season 3, well, we've actually got a plan for the Ocarina of Time randomizer, and that is going to be, you can play a game called an archipelago, which basically means that you're sharing the game world with another player. And so the plan that we've currently got is that we think we have 4 people. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a 2v2. But we're not going to decide on who's racing with who until the day. It'll be randomly selected. So it could be that me and Kylo take on Markman and Kramit, or it could be that I'm facing again Kylo with someone else at my side. Either way, Kylo's going down. Kylo's going down. Just hopefully not with me on his team.
So, just sorry to completely segue there, but 98H makes a good point there. So, the Wheel of Struggle is our main thing, and that is on season 6. That's a very different format. In between seasons is what we're in right now. So we're in between season 6 and season 7 right now. And in our off season or in between seasons, we do these StruggleR races. These are pretty new, so they're not on the website yet, but I know our Overlord and Grandmaster Fish is updating that in the off season as well. So Wheel of Struggle season 7 coming to a Twitch channel near you in the month of 2025, and in the meantime, StruggleR is filling the void, if that makes sense.
Yeah. So each season has a sort of like a several month gap in the middle. At the end between seasons, and that's where we take our little races. And so it can get a bit confusing because this is season 2 of StruggleR, but basically StruggleR is like when StruggleR is on, the Wheel of Struggle isn't on, and when the Wheel of Struggle is on, StruggleR isn't on. So.
Yeah, that's a much easier way to put it than what I just said.
No. Like, I'm the one stumbling over my words, like trying to say Octo every
I was going to say,
word.
you don't know the difference between Octo and Ocarina, but it's fine. We're going to get there together.
And then we go 16-bit, unfortunately taking another game over.
On Green Line Gang as well.
Yep. I think when they both watch this back, they go, Quantum taking a break.
We've got a pause from Q.
Got a pause from Q. Do you think we should check in, or do you think he's having a breath?
Might just be a breath or Alice graphics.
Yeah.
But probably both, to be honest with you. I think if something has distracted him, it'll be a welcome break. Looking at the VAR here. And remember, I mean, unless we get a completion, which isn't impossible, but on 1cc not as likely, we do still have about an hour and 20 minutes left of this race. So remember to take care of yourselves as well. Get up, stretch, eat, drink, all that fun stuff. While we carry on with this race. Needs to microwave his tea.
Okay. Countdown begins. 3, 2, 1, go.
I mean, if he stays paused for like 5 minutes, then there we go. He's back.
There you go. So I think if we were in Q stream, that's about 15 quantum minutes. So it's always good to have your minutes and quantum minutes converter at the ready whenever Q is involved.
Where does this deck guy get off? Now he's trying to correct you in chat.
Maybe if he was part of commentary, he could have done it live. Maybe he could have said something funny about it. Oh, I'm on nights, I'm on a stag, dude. If that pause was due to a cup of tea from Alice, then that could change everything. We could be witnessing here not even just a 1cc, a 1 life run from Q if he is fueled up from a cup of tea from Alice.
Absolutely fantastic.
We might witness something special here.
I've been on record many times. In the world of StruggleR, we take competitive racing very seriously. However, performance-enhancing drugs are 1000% allowed. If you need a monster or a cup of tea or, I don't know, a line of Charlie if you feel like it, whatever works for you, you're allowed to do it. So please, responsibly, of course. But if you want to juice, you can juice if you think it will help.
Drug testing is random and non-existent, so.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, we spent all of the money on those import machines. the arcade machines that the two racers are playing on today. Not enough money left for a piss pot.
Yeah, no. You have to. I mean, yeah, great. We know if they're clean, but if they're clean and they don't have anything to play on, what's the point?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we had to make a decision, and I'm happy with the decision.
Yeah. See,
So
and look, Q had his break. Little pause there, and look him go.
coming back fighting fit.
Look, our baby boy go.
I think it'd be really fun for them to watch this back afterwards, because like Q has spent nearly this entire race thinking that he's making stupid mistakes and that he's not in first. Now he is making stupid mistakes, and Q, if you're listening, I'm sorry, but it has happened on both sides.
It has.
But the simple fact is, you've been in the lead the entire time tonight, so believe in yourself.
So we're at Green Line Gang now. 2 hits.
2 hits. Are we talking Q or 16-bit?
Oh, are they both Green Line?
No, I don't know. I don't think they're on the same level, are they?
No. Q's Green Line Gang.
Yeah, he's only got 1 hit left.
I'm sorry, you're right. Yeah, 1 hit. Sorry.
I was like, don't tell him that.
Yeah, 16-bit is on like Powered City or whatever you called it.
Yeah, destroyed NYC.
All right,
So I
here
thought
we
I
go.
saw a bit of a skyscraper.
Q is almost at the boss, if I remember correctly. Still got some bombs, still has a hit. It's looking good, but he really needs to clear the screen. Oh, he's chicken.
Oh my God, it's...
Use the bomb, Q, use the bomb. There you go. Thank you.
There it is. Oh, we see the green lines, so it's time for him to die now.
That's it.
Sorry, I don't make the rules.
I'm just a stickler for them. All right, so he's used the bomb. He's cleared the screen. He's down to 1 bomb. He does have the hit though, so he will get his bombs back for the boss.
Yeah.
It's just get as far as you can.
That's quite strong.
Just get as far as you
There
can
we
on
go.
this hit. Okay. Okay. Stubborn to
feels
not
like
bomb
he's-
can relate.
I think at this point, maybe, and there's the death.
That's it.
I think Q's decided that, like, he wants to make progress. It doesn't matter where 16-bit's progress has come to. He wants to make progress for himself.
Yeah.
And that's the way to win races like this, because ultimately you don't know where you are in comparison to your competitors. So you really you've got to try and push for every single, like, millimeter of this screen. We're almost at the boss, I feel.
Yeah, we're getting closer. Oh, look at the dodging! Look at the dodging here!
Oh, it's on my stream we have a clip that's redeemable of the Matrix where he goes, he's beginning to believe.
Yeah.
And I feel like
Here we go.
we're all beginning to believe right now.
Come on, Q.
No hits. Let's do the boss, mate. Come on, mate.
He's got a good number of bombs on him. He doesn't have to take too many risks with the projectiles on screen. He can clear them out with these bombs and still deal damage at the same time, so he doesn't need to risk it that much. Oh, Q!
Oh. No! There he goes.
Literally almost fell out of my chair.
That was incredible. He's so close to making progress there.
Use the bombs. Clear the. You're still doing damage using the bombs, and it's clearing the. Oh, Q. So close.
He's beginning to unlearn. There's that legend triple A again.
Yes, that would be the last level after that one. Yeah.
Yeah. We have 6 levels. If they're good enough to go through into the second playthrough, that would be 2-1, 2-2, etc. But you know, I think we're calling the race if one of them completes the game. So that would be the end of 1-6.
It's normal men.
Just innocent men.
That's one thing we do have to look at in the off season, or the you know, the time in between StruggleR and the wheel, is getting some good redemptions going and channel points and stuff.
I think that's a grand idea.
Give you guys some toys to play with to show us how you're feeling in the moment.
Yeah. So now we'll be watching 16-bit screen to see how far he can get. He is on the level wait, where is it? I think it is the level before, isn't it? Yeah, he's on Destroyed NYC. That's 1-4.
Or thinking he's important enough to have a command on the stream. It's weird.
It's Coyote Frog here.
So Q starting Mars. Oh no, we're a stage behind. For 16-bit.
Yeah, we had 16-bit on the wrong level.
Yeah.
Okay. Now he's on 1-4.
I could have sworn that was the boss for 1-4.
Yeah. I mean, I'm so glad that, you know, as an expert, that you noticed the mistake you'd made.
You know, even experts make mistakes. Can't be perfect
It's
all
true.
the time.
Yeah.
I remember when I was playing this and I saw the big giant stars, and I don't know why, but I was so hesitant to collect them because I thought it was like bait.
Mm-hmm.
Like all the other stars are just normal tiny stars, and then you have this one giant big one. I'm like, that's gonna kill me because I'm pretty sure that's bigger than my ship. I'm not going to touch that. But no, just bigger star, more points, more prizes. There's another game that needs to be on the wheel that hasn't been. I'm pretty sure it hasn't been. Smash TV. What game?
Oh yeah, that'd be a good shout.
There's a game for StruggleR actually. That would be fun, 2-player.
Let me add that to the list.
Big
But,
money.
I will say though that when it comes to Wheel of Struggle, you can nominate anything that you like. If it's going to be a bad time, the council will probably veto. So you know, leave it to the council to decide for you. You honestly can't think for yourself. You can barely dress yourselves. Let's face it. So leave it in the ever trustful hands of the council.
That's true. That's true. You can trust the council. The council is here for you.
They only want what's best for you.
Cannon fodder. Wow. I haven't heard that name in a long time. That was a great game, Cannon Fodder.
And that sounds like a great game that Z suggested there. Roll out the guillotine. What system's that for, Z?
And it's not no strategy games allowed. That's not true. We had one one time, remember?
Yeah, we definitely have a strategy or strategy adjacent game every season to shut up the people who say that we don't pick strategy games.
We keep the strategy games on there for profiling purposes.
Yeah, look. I will say right now, the council have nothing against strategy games. I have nothing against strategy games, but the council has a process, and not many games are going to make it through that process because so many are nominated. And it's not that there's favoring of, well, there is favoring of stuff over other stuff, but that's mainly due to what we think will be the best mixture of everything. And, you know, I guess strategy games are not making it through that process as much as other games are because, you know, we want to be even-handed. We want to have as much different stuff as possible. So,
But we can stop Octo from nominating Sonic.
look, I'm one of the Sonic lovers, okay? You're just going to have to accept the fact that some of us, we enjoy Sonic, and we want to see more of it. But I will say that my first wheel game, I joined halfway through Season 4. My first wheel game was Fantasy General.
That's right.
Which is a slightly impenetrable strategy game from yonks ago. And I had the time of my life playing that. So I've got nothing against strategy games. I think the thing you've got to remember is that certain strategy games are going to be more impenetrable than others. So maybe think about strategy games that, you know, unless you know exactly all 64 pages of the manual, you know, that you're going to be able to succeed in it. So, like, maybe games that are not like that may be a bit more friendly. But at the end of the day, we've had plenty of strategy and strategy-adjacent games.
We did. We had the other game, Into the Breach.
Yeah.
2 seasons ago, I think it was, which was good. We then also had Faster Than Light, I think, last season. And we would have had Advanced Wars 2, but instead we now have that as a StruggleR race coming up in a month or so. So we do put some strategy games on there. I think just to Garlett's point, when you have a strategy game that is, you know, requires a degree and 6 months worth of reading material before you can click start, it makes it a little bit harder for everyone to get invested in. But
agreed.
We try.
Yeah.
We just try to make everyone happy, and nobody's happy, and they keep shooting at us. And it's just not fair, Garlips.
Are you happy now? Are you happy now, chat? You ruined Christmas, mate. Well done.
Is it because I'm dumb?
It's not you, Tate.
Okay.
Chats is wrong. Chats is wrong.
Chat's wrong, okay.
You okay, baby? Resalting the tater. Justice for Steven's rocket. Look, we had the player's choice last season, and it so nearly went to a strategy game. So we know that people like the strategy games. We know that people want the strategy games, but ultimately we are beholden to the wheel. And the wheel will sometimes have strategy games on it, and it sometimes won't. And sometimes games will get spun, and sometimes games won't. We just got to see what's going to happen. And no one knows that, not even the council, 100%. So
I think Markman knows. That's just a hunch. So we're still just waiting on these guys to really get back to Green Line Gang, Scene 5.
yeah. What's absolutely mind-blowing is that on 16-Bit's first attempt, he made it to that level, and possibly almost, well, not as far as he's made it in that level, but almost as far as the boss.
Mm-hmm.
And then since then, he's been constantly trying to get back there, and he did manage at one point to get to the boss at least, so he's managed that. But Quantum Player 1, on his first attempt, didn't do that well, didn't get to that level, and then on his second attempt has basically put the post in the ground that's been there for the rest of the race.
Yeah.
So it's kind of crazy how out of the gate all of the progress has been made so far.
Yeah. So yeah, to answer your question there, Quantum is still ahead. Both have reached the same level. Both have reached the same boss. Quantum is ahead merely by the fact that he has dealt more damage to the boss. So, I mean, that's literally how close it is. If someone can beat stage 5, they'll possibly win.
Yeah.
The way that they're playing right now, it's definitely a massive bottleneck stage 5, which I think they were both kind of expecting. It sounded like they knew stage 5 was gonna be tough regardless, on one credit.
Yeah. No, I think they know themselves. They know this game. They know their ability, and that kind of checks out with what they were saying about the level 5 wall.
Yeah. And obviously we're at now, I don't know if you can see the timer, Garlic. We are at
I
159.
cannot.
So,
Okay,
yeah.
so maybe on the next death for each player, the next game over, we'll check in briefly.
Yeah.
Also, Ads, I hope you've stopped streaking and put some clothes on at this point, because you're going to get cold otherwise.
If I know ads, and I don't.
What are you saying? You've been on Ads' team for low res.
I don't think she wants reminded of that.
You all got 0 points. It was the best day of my life.
Oh, that was horrible. So much fun. If you want to get on low res, get on low res. It is a lot of fun, but my goodness, that was...
But it was good for the memes.
It was good for the memes. It was good for the memes.
Kramit, I don't think you have mentioned your race idea, so please feel free to do so. Yes, unfortunately, Kylorian, there is a bit of a backlog when it comes to the low-res episodes. Mr. Matt Internet locks himself away in an editing dungeon trying to get them all finished, and hopefully he'll be catching up soon. I mean, he's got a lot of projects on, bless him, so, you know, plus he's got to spend time, like, leering in chat, calling me out for all my mistakes and making me feel bad, so... yeah, he divides his time, I think, fairly equally between that and editing low-res. So hopefully soon, more episodes will be making it out.
I hear he's getting tired of hosting it. He just, all he wants to do is speedrun Sausage Hunter and lurk in chats, but he feels the need to host just so that you all have something to do with your time.
Oh, Kramit is talking about a race, a Wikipedia race. I've seen some of those. They are quite interesting. Yeah, I'd be down for a wiki race.
That would be something completely different.
Yeah, so for anyone who doesn't know, it's basically you can't search things in the bar. You basically have to go through a Wikipedia page. You're given a page to start on, and then through clicking the blue links on a Wikipedia page, you need to make your way to the page that you're supposed to make your way to. So for instance, say if the first page was Dodonpachi, and then the last page was, I don't know, Kevin Costner, the actor from the 90s, you would try and get to one from the other. Presumably, I would imagine if there's some way from getting to Dodonpachi to maybe something about video games, and then from video games to Waterworld, or something like that, that would be a good way to get to Kevin Costner. But the fun of it is that you've just got to try in the moment, make the connections, and make your way there as quickly as possible in as few clicks as possible.
That does sound pretty fun, actually.
Yeah, it's quite fun. It tests your knowledge of a whole bunch of things at once. Yeah, you can do it on IMDb as well.
Yeah. Oh, yep, that's right. Q is on Green Lines time, so we're also probably going to get ready here at some point for a conversation.
Bless him. He's got one hit left, and a fair few bombs, so hopefully he can use that to get to the boss.
I mean, if we do a wiki race, we may as well then start doing GeoGuessr.
Again, I'm totally down for it. I mean, like, literally anything that you can realistically construct a way for us to put it on, I'm down for it. So... Come on, Q. You can do it. Still got that hit left. Still got a bomb left before the death as well.
Just build up the enemies on the screen, build up the bullets on the screen, use that bomb, take the death.
It's also about knowing which projectiles you can definitely navigate through and which ones you can't as well.
Which the amount of
There it
times they've
goes.
been
That's
here,
the last bomb.
the amount of times they've been here, you think they know what they can get through.
Is this the boss? This is the boss!
Q, here we go.
Here we go. Now, you can take a death and immediately hammer it with like 6 bombs, Q. So please just do that.
And yeah, use the get through as long as you can without it. Just take as much damage off of it, and then yeah, once you hit die, spam those bombs. Look at the dodging. Look at the dodging.
Oh,
He's beginning to believe. I'm on Q. We shouldn't take sides here at StruggleR, but it would be lovely 2 hours in to just get some kind of fucking progress.
Yeah. But also, it's not taking sides.
We're on the side of progress.
On the side of progress, but on the side of the runner, because this, these guys have been going through this for 2 hours. So they're come on. You've got just.
This has got to be it. This has got to be it.
Do it. Get in, Q.
Well done, mate.
He's done it. We have seen progress. It's beautiful.
Oh, he's on to 1-6.
All right, so now we have to pay attention, Garlic, for progress.
Yes, we absolutely do. And we also need to make sure that we write down what level 6 looks like.
Yeah.
Level 6 looks like purple corridor.
Purple corridor? I was gonna go tubes, just because I like the word.
Purple
but
tubes.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I do.
So Q now does have the absolute lead. Although he had it beforehand, it was by a health bar. This is we now have a clear stage lead, and obviously every inch that Q progresses, every pixel that he covers, is now just adding to that lead.
It's also earned back another hit, so
That's right.
He really in theory, I mean, I don't know how hard this level is, but in theory, you think that would hopefully help him coast the way to the boss.
If I remember correctly, this was bullet hell, and it's the last level, so you'd expect it to be. But yeah, I can't speak for my skill level against Q's skill level, but I'd be very surprised if he gets to the boss here.
But he's on a tear. He's on a tear.
He's definitely on a tear. Get used to that bomb there.
Yep, very nice.
Dr. Robotnik's bathroom is a stage name. Some great dodges there by Q. Good use of the bombs as well. Just clearing the screen, getting himself some safety.
I'm so glad he's finally using the bombs.
Yeah.
I mean, I totally get saving them, but at the same time...
When you're playing a race that is based on literal pixel progression, yeah.
Yeah, you want to claw every inch of it that you can, I would imagine. Whoa, those guys are fast.
Ooh, good use of the bomb again.
Yes, down to a hit now. Oh, and there it goes.
There it goes.
So just 6 bombs stand between Q and more progress.
It's 16-bit on a joystick. You know what? We didn't ask because I think we already knew the answer. I'm going to say yes. He is always on a joystick.
Yeah. 16-bit basically inspired me to get my own arcade. Oh, and there's the death.
All right, so
just at the start of the grey hexagons.
Like the honeycombs, yeah.
Yeah. All right, let's call in with Quantum Player 1.
Yeah.
Oh, Manine, we saw that run. Holy smokes.
Oh, why did I not use bombs on that last bit though? I could have got even further.
You were using bombs though. We were so happy to see you using bombs.
Yeah, I've started to learn slowly, but still. But yeah,
Absolutely. So you're feeling pretty good because that was a bit of a barrier for you progress-wise.
I'm feeling better, yeah, but I expect 16-bit to get to that stage as well, and so I mean I got quite far into the stage, but I didn't reach the boss. So yeah, I'm feeling good. That's about as good as I can do. I can get to the boss. I've never beaten the 1cc, so I feel better because I've at least got closer to what I'm capable of compared to what I've been doing the rest of the stream.
Well, it's absolutely incredible to watch, and yeah, I think, well, both of you will be surprised by watching the stream back. I think it's a very close race. Yeah, watch it on mute because we're not really adding much.
I mean, it must be a really difficult game to commentate on, really. As Tater was saying earlier, it'll be like, oh, and they're shooting, and then they're still shooting.
Oh, don't worry, we've covered the gamut. Chat basically have been asking us all sorts of questions, so we've been covering those as well. It's filled the time quite nicely.
Yeah, time's gone very quickly. I do have one question for you, Q, and this is actually a me question.
Sure.
in my head, obviously I'm part of a part of your streams, your favorite viewer in chat. I know.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah. I know that you have the sound effect of when you die on your streams. You know the Street Fighter sound effect.
Yeah.
Have you been doing that in your head or out loud every time you die?
Yeah. To be honest.
Yes.
I always, when I reach over, when I die, I reach over to my keyboard to do a keyboard shortcut, and I find myself, even when I'm just playing a game by myself, and it doesn't even matter, I'll go to reach over every time I die. It's just like ingrained, if you know.
That makes me so happy that when you guys are muted, you're sitting there going, and
Yeah.
makes my day.
My wife's like, you're a fucking weirdo.
We also have a question from Kyle or Ian, or I wish we knew who had asked this question.
Right.
What did you have for breakfast?
Weetabix, mate. So I've had my Weetabix, I can say that
Ah.
at least.
That explains some of the superior gameplay we've been seeing here today.
What was the you had a bit of a lengthy pause not too long ago. Was that a tactical stretch?
No, we've been minding my missus' dad's dog for him, and the dog was going home basically, so I was just saying bye.
Aww.
Yeah. Oh, I've just died. That was so stupid.
Well, probably our
I
fault,
might
to be
really-
fair.
No, that was just a really stupid mistake. I didn't even mean to do it. But yeah, no. So you know, as important as StruggleR is, you've got to say bye to your family.
You do.
Of course. Yeah.
You do.
Well,
That's all that was.
it's a lot more wholesome than what we thought. You were either gone for a piss, gone to reheat your tea, you know, that sort of thing. So yeah,
That would have been
much more.
smart, yeah, to microwave tea, but I've already drank it, so.
Weetabix and tea. See, what did I say?
Yep.
Performance-enhancing drugs.
You can't beat it.
Yeah. Right. Well, we'll let you get back to it. Good luck.
Cheers, mate. All right, see you guys.
Bye
Okay,
for now.
bud.
Bye.
And right on cue.
Yeah, straight into 16-bit.
16-bit has game over. So let's unmute him. Hello, 16-bit.
Hey, what's going on?
How are we feeling,
Oh.
buddy?
I have almost had enough of this, I tell you.
Only 50 more minutes to go, buddy.
15?
50, 50.
50.
Yeah, how are you guys holding up? Alright, pretty good time?
No, we're loving it, mate.
Best time, yeah.
Hey chat, how's chat?
Yeah, chat, you got any questions for 16-bit? Get them in now. Oh, Kyler and Orr asks, 16-bit, what did you have for lunch?
What? I had chicken in last night's curry.
Oh,
Okay.
nice.
Yep, it was. I ordered curry last night, and I had leftovers. So
Oh, curry always
Leftovers.
tastes better the second day as well.
in the microwave,
Heck yeah.
it wasn't fully hot, but you know it was all right.
No, we've got the questions
In
coming in
the
thick
tray.
and fast here for 16-bit. My goodness. Mr. Matt's asking, do you think your mustache is causing drag to the ship?
Not at the moment. It's pretty fresh. Like sometimes I shave it off. I know it's bad to do that, I guess, but sometimes it goes away, and it's on its way back now. And it's I don't think it's causing too much drag. Maybe if it was larger and more aerodynamic.
Okay. I mean,
I don't know.
these are the things that you have to take into consideration when, you know, racing a video game. So maybe something to think about.
We
Good
have another
question, Mr. Matt.
Well, we've got another question here from NBZ. 16-bit, why are you so cool?
Thank you. I don't know.
I don't know. I think
perfect.
that's probably the coolest answer that you
Yeah.
can give to that question.
Yeah. Decky F, when is one credit Carnage coming back?
Whatever you want it. I need 2 participants, and I need to get off my ass. But yeah, I'll make it come back. I need 2 willing participants. So if you want, join my Discord, and or if you're already in it, say, hey, I'd like to do a 1 credit carnage, and we'll hook it up. It's basically what you're looking at, except it's score based.
Mission starts now. Are you ready?
We'll make
Yeah,
sure we have
really.
everything plugged in the VODs and the YouTubes and everything like that. So if you're not part of 16-Bits Discord, or you want to get involved in something that's similar to this, get over there and make it happen, Captain.
Yeah, we'll put the link in the YouTube description.
Yeah,
we have
thanks
another
for the-
question from Mr. Matt Internet.
Oh, yep.
He says 16-bit, is this easier than unicycling the Great Glen Way?
No, this is harder.
There you go.
Wow.
We do have another question from chat, but it's trying to offer advice. And as much as we would love to ask it, we're not going to offer advice.
Oh, no, that's cool.
But suffice to say, a lot of people are both in both of your corners. You're both playing very well. Just dig deep, give us the last 45 minutes or so, and really punch for it, 16-bit. We believe in you.
Mate, I'm doing my best. I'm willing a level 6 here.
We're
Yeah,
willing it for you as well.
Yeah, we want to see level 6.
My God.
Okay.
It happens every now and then, but it's not common. That's for sure.
All right. Take care. Good luck. Bye for now.
Cheers.
All right.
Elizabeth.
Have fun. Have fun.
There we go. I mean, we would love for 16-bit to bomb more, but he has to work that out on his own.
He does. He does. Q obviously found that strat out and reaped the rewards from it, getting through stage 5 finally. Strategically as well.
I feel like we're gonna have to investigate that dog, because I feel like maybe the dog told him, because he said goodbye to the dog and then he came back and he started playing with his bombs. So maybe the dog said something like bombs. So we might have to investigate that. We might have to get like what's the word? Tribunal? No, not tribunal. Inquiry. We're gonna get an inquiry.
Get inquiry. Okay.
Going.
Okay. I'm gonna let you lead. If that's good, I'm gonna let you lead that.
Right. Yeah. I'll interview the dog.
Okay. Great. Good. I'm glad that's the direction you want to take that. But I'll take you. All right. Perfect. James, welcome in. Welcome in. I'm sure they will take all that good luck. They both sound like they are struggling. Whoa.
They are fatigued a little bit, I think. Definitely,
Yeah.
16-bit is definitely kind of letting slip that that's the case. I would be after half this time, let alone the time that they put in on this game so far. So, but I can confirm for anyone who's just joined that Quantum Player 1 is currently still in the lead, although they are both struggling to get back to the point they were at. He has gotten the furthest. He has made level 1-6. About halfway through, and 16-bit has only made it to the boss of level 1-5, about sort of like maybe 2/3 of the health bar left on the boss, I think, when he went. So that's currently his measure of progress.
Yeah. Movement there. Dog, right, I'm off, thank you. Thanks for looking after me. I'll see you later. Oh, and remember a bomb. Ta-da.
I mean, that sounds suspiciously like it could have been like verbatim the case, because I would imagine the dog has also got Scouse accent. So
I'd have to have, right?
yeah, so that makes total sense.
You like do your bombs? All right, dog.
Had a coke.
With a can of Coke? No, I do tea.
Dogs do that, though, don't they, though? Oh, joys. I'm so sorry, Q. This music is happening. This is good music. Fucking yes. Bomb dogs of the day today. I'd say I can't do the accent for any sustained period of time.
I'll be back.
So yeah, we've got, I think, are we both on the same level right now?
Oh, that got me. Oh, that got me good. Yes, they are. They are on the same level. Q's just slightly ahead. Oh, don't do that. Don't do that. Oh, brilliant. Oh. And there you go. You said you wanted to do your Scouser accent for Q. Now you've done it.
Yeah, I think that's the best I'm gonna ever get.
Yeah.
So I'll officially retire the accent now.
I always, I don't know why, I know why, but you'd think after so many years I'd have a different frame of reference, but I always go back to the Harry Enfield and Chums, Calm Down.
Oh yeah.
Oh, every time I just hear that in my head. Hey, calm down. Which I think is every Scouser's just bane of their existence. It's just, when they hear that, it's just insta-kill. And there's
Thank you for the
with
clip.
the clip. Yep.
There we go. Boss time for 16-bit. Level 2's level 2's boss or level 3's boss? I think level 3.
3, yeah.
He will be just behind Q because Q was the first one to take that because we talked to him first. So
That's right, yeah. Oh, that was very good. That was very funny. Oh. Our Sunday just got so much better with Garlop's Scouse dog impression. That I didn't know I needed that, but apparently I did.
I hope you're having a great Sunday as well, James, and everyone in the chat. Thank you so much
Yes.
for joining us. This has been an incredible race. I mean, two very equally matched competitors here. It's simply Q that's eked out a little bit of a lead here today. Hopefully 16-bit can dig deep, fight past the fatigue, maybe grow an extra inch of moustache while he's at it, and really come back strong.
Adopt a dog.
Oh yeah.
Adopt a game knowledge dog is apparently the next thing that needs to happen.
It's certainly a strategy,
Yeah.
yes.
I just can't believe we're gonna have to put that in the Wheel of Struggle rules now. Like, no game knowledge talking dogs allowed. Like, sorry, we know you got them for
Yeah.
a specific reason, but
Yeah, we drew the line at humans thinking that would be perfectly fine, but
Yeah.
apparently no, we've got to be specific.
what? It's a dog and it wasn't in chat. It's a loophole. Shit. Well, that's the point, Kyle. There will now have to be, because we've made it through now. James eating rich tea biscuits. Oh, ain't no rules saying that dog can't play basket. Airbud. Okay, yeah. Got you. There, I mean, Acolyte Struggle there, just helping us out with a reminder of all the other races that are coming out. How are you feeling about your Trials 2 run here, Garlops?
So, interesting story. All of the races that I've raced in so far this season, I've been doing my practice very upfront, very officially in front of everybody to show exactly how I'm doing. And I feel like that's kind of bit me in the arse a couple times now, because other people who will remain nameless, Adrian's Revenge, Quantum Player 1, have been doing their practice in secret,
Bless you.
like Gollum in a cave, right, in their pants. So,
You assume.
like, maybe, I assume, of course. So, I mean, we've already ascertained already today that Adrian is not wearing any clothes.
Yeah.
So I feel confident in that assertion. But basically, when it comes to Trials 2, I think I'm gonna go off the grid for that one. You won't know how much I'm practicing. You won't know how good I am until the day.
Fair.
And now, I do know the only other person I have a frame of reference for is Z. Z has said that she's completed every level except the last hard level. So if I can complete all of the levels in that game, then I'm pretty much at the same level as Z. So hopefully then I can work on getting that fast. But you won't know till the day, I'm afraid. It's going to be a surprise to everyone, including me.
See, that's the thing. This is the interesting thing with Trials 2. So just because Z has said that they've completed every level apart from the last hard level, that doesn't really mean anything.
Well, yeah, especially with Trials 2, because the way that we'll be doing it is it'll be simply who completes the most levels.
Yeah.
So
Over.
at the end of the day, if you can complete all the levels, great. But if there's one that like just gives you trouble and you spend a half hour on it, you might lose to someone else who like just manages to get a couple of levels ahead. Because you know they maybe leave that level and come back to it later.
That's it.
So it's very much strategic.
Very much. So yeah, it's. I'm looking forward to that one. I think that one's going to be a great race.
Oh yeah, especially because it's such a funky game, you know, with the physics. And,
Yeah.
like leaning your body weight on the bike, it's really kind of trolly sometimes.
I actually
Like, you
almost
can-
got involved in that game because I really love the Trials games, but I don't think I was able to make it work with my my schedule.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'd love to have had you because yeah, it's even if you know the solution to a level in that game, sometimes you know the physics can just like roll a one
Yeah.
and say fuck you.
Yeah,
and
you still have
crash
to
and
perform
burn.
it. Yeah, you still have to perform that move. And you don't lean forwards enough, you don't bunny hop enough. You think you've got it and back to the checkpoint. So yeah, it's I don't think it's as I'm not gonna say as easy as Z's maybe because I mean Z's been in chat like this is mine. Sorry. Thanks for showing up. I don't know.
Well, that might be accurate, but we'll
might
see.
be,
I
yeah.
mean, we saw from Wugger yesterday that Wugger is very committed, strong game player. Even though he said that he hadn't downloaded and bought the game yet, the simple fact of the matter is he can perform things quite well under pressure. So that might well come into its own. Fish,
Yeah.
we don't have to worry about Fish. Fish is going to be fourth with a bullet. It's going to be Mean Bean all over again. He's going to rue the day that he ever decided to join in on this race. But the other two could really give me a run for my money. So
Just catching us back up here. Q is Green Line Gang boss again with a hit and
He
3
is.
bombs. So we might be seeing slight
While we were-
progression.
yeah, and while we were talking, 16-bit a while back had a game over again, and so he's now on level 2. Yeah, Q's looking good here.
It's looking very good here. Looking at that boss's health. It looks like... Oh, no, there he goes. I was going to say, it looks
Yeah.
like he was saving the bombs, which was risky, but deciding against it. Back to level 6.
Yep, back to level 6. That's the second time now for QP1 on level 6.
Yeah. So now this is... I forget now if Q had a life going into level 6 the last time, or was it... I think it was just one hit, wasn't it?
I think he had one hit, yes. Because he used that to get 6 bombs, and
That's
then he
right.
died with like 4 bombs in hand, and we were like, why didn't you use the bombs?
Yeah, that's right.
16-bit, so Moomin Mama saying that 16-bit probably ended that run intentionally due to losing too many lives already, which makes sense.
Yeah. Ooh, that was a weird death there for Q. Just running into the side of an enemy ship. So it's
Right, now we were-
interesting here that Q's using that bomb. So the bomb when you have your lasers, a more focused bomb versus the screen clearing bomb. I don't know if that was just a mishit or just he knew an enemy was up there, so just wanted to get rid of it quickly. But that was an interesting choice. Usually you'd use your screen clearing bomb here so that you don't have to move and save your kind of focused bomb for the boss. But Q's sticking with the laser unless he just feels that the laser is just more powerful at this stage just to clear enemies in general. But oh, okay, there he
Oh,
goes.
yeah, that was a nice use there.
Yeah.
So we know that when we see the grey steel-looking hexagons that kind of like look like a bee's hive. Oh,
Never
we're not
mind.
going to get to them.
We're not
So
seeing
not
this one,
quite-
chat.
Not quite as good as his last run when he got here, but still very, very good progress. Almost made it back.
which I think he'll be happy with because that wasn't too long after his initial run. So I think he'll be glad he got that far again pretty quickly.
Yeah, he's being consistent now at this point in getting to level 6. So hopefully he'll continue to do that. I mean, he's got a little bit while of time left to get back there again.
I don't know if you just want to unmute them again. I don't know if they have their own time or anything, but we are going to be at 30 minutes left. I don't know if we want to just do a very quick unmute just to give them a time update.
I tell you what we could do. I could just undeafen both of them and let them know at the same time that there's a 30-minute update.
There you go. There you
Like
go.
30 minutes left.
Yeah.
All right. 1 sec. Hello, both racers. You are muted, but you are undeafened so that you can hear me say that you only have 30 minutes left of the race. So, still all to play for. Dig deep. Do your best. But from now on, you've got 29 minutes and counting to really pull this out of the bag. Good luck, everybody.
I was waiting to see one of their ships fly off to the side as like a jump scare. I was like, oh shit! Turns out the dog was right. Yeah. Hey, these game knowledge dogs, they're rare, but when you get one, whew.
They know things.
They do. Would Kythias beat Hex and Cuphead? That'd be a good match.
Yeah. Actually, I really want to get into Cuphead because I'm a big platinum trophy hunter. I really like getting platinums on the PlayStation specifically, and I've got Cuphead on there, and I've been thinking about it for a while. I know it's a hard platinum, but I've got the time. I feel like I really want to get that one because I feel like that would mean something. You know, it's not an easy platinum to get, so.
Cuphead was one of those games where I just went, what the hell happened? This was meant to be like a fun kind of shoot 'em up, and then it just went insanely hard.
Yeah.
And it was just so unexpected, but what a game. What an unexpected game as well.
Oh yeah, and I mean, you know, all the visuals, the art style is absolutely gorgeous to look at.
And so apologies guys, I thought I was going to make it, but I do have to take a quick bio break, so I'll be right back. I'm sure you'll be
That's absolutely fine.
I'll be as quick as I can.
No worries. Hello, chat. It's just me and you now. Because Tater's taking the piss, which I think we all knew that. Let's take a look at chat and catch up with you. See, the reason I like Toho over this is Toho highlights where your hurt box is. I agree. Knowing what your hitbox is probably very useful information. So knowing you can definitely avoid a hit, it's just one less mental calculation you've got to make in the moment because you can see the clear definition of your box. I agree. Cuphead is an amazing game. It really is. I'm looking forward to trying to get the platinum for it at some point soon. You can try Dodonpachi Resurrection. It has a highlighted hitbox. Oh, there you go. There you go, see? I feel like it would definitely be helpful, at least in learning games like this, because, and then perhaps you could take on the games that don't have the hitboxes once you've got a feel for, you know, it's like driving a car. You know what your car's size is. You've got a rough idea of which spaces you can fit in and which ones you can't. It did. Well, I mean, the Xbox 360 was the king of the live arcade. We were talking earlier about Trials. Trials had an absolutely amazing live arcade port/remake. There were loads of other games that made it there as well. Crazy Taxi, you know, like a whole bunch of arcadey style games really felt at home on the Xbox Live Arcades. I think even though I love the PS2 and I go on record regularly saying that the PS2 is the greatest console of all time, and it is, I think the Xbox 360 is a very, very close second. And I love my PS3, don't get me wrong, but the Xbox 360 at that time was king. It was amazing. That's what made the Xbox One so upsetting for me personally as a gamer, because I felt like Microsoft really, really fumbled the ball hard when on the Xbox 360 they were the kings. They were the absolute kings. So yeah, it's unfortunate, but that's the way gaming goes, you know. A lot of cave games have 360 ports. Ah, and of course, I believe Ikaruga as well, the GameCube shooter where you switch between light and dark to take bullets and shoot bullets. Ikaruga. You're missing out on the summer of arcade titles like Battle Block Theater, I remember Splosion Man, Monday Night Combat, Castle Crashers, Kingdom for Keflings. I loved Keflings, and I loved Castle Crashers. I've got Castle Crashers on PSN, actually. I need to finish up the trophy list for that. You're forgetting, Mr. Matt, titles like Doritos Crash Course. Hexic was also a fucking quality game, mate. I'll never forget the day that I got like 6 black pearls in a row or whatever the fuck it was that you're supposed to do on that game. I was like, my life is complete. Death Smiles, yes, Death Smiles was also on there. I mean, a whole bunch of things. And I'm really hoping that 360 emulation, I mean, it's already come on leaps and bounds, but 360 emulation is really cool, and I hope it gets better and continues to improve, because so many of those XBLA titles have been dumped, they've been preserved. So many good games that I used to play back in the day on my 360 that I can't wait to play again in the form of 360 emulation. That would be really good. Although I do still have my Xbox 360 Elite, which has still got a bunch of stuff I downloaded to it before like stuff wasn't available anymore, or what have you. Some stuff got delisted from the store, etc. I've got stuff on there, like I've got Call of Duty Classic on there, which I absolutely adored. Call of Duty Classic. Beat it on veteran, mate. Beat it on veteran. A lot of games from that gen never got a PC release, so an Xbox 360 EMU will be wonderful one day when it's perfect. I agree wholeheartedly. Absolutely.
I'm back.
I mean, welcome back.
Hello.
We were just talking about games from yesteryear from the Xbox Live Arcade. It got quite a lot of ports, including you know, shmups like, well, not Dodonpachi specifically, but, you know, other shmups like Death Smiles, Ikaruga, all that good stuff.
It sounds like an insult when you say it like that. All those shmups.
All those shmups. Well, as I've said before, I'm not the greatest shmup player in the world. I'm not even close. So I just watch and wonder when these things are played by people like this. So I tended not to gravitate towards those simply because, you know, you play what you like, right?
Yeah.
So Matt Hazard, yes. I mean, not an XBLA title, but very, very good. And of course, Bloodbath and Beyond was an XBLA title. So I wonder what would happen if the two best speedrunners of Eat Led the Return of Matt Hazard ran a race against each other. Not once, but twice. I wonder what the outcome would be. Do you think Garlips would beat Mr. Matt Internet? Because I think he would.
I mean, I just don't know how we'd ever find the answer to that fully.
If only some speedrun marathons had decided to put that race on and record it for posterity.
If it was on like a YouTube channel or something somewhere, or a VOD somewhere that we could find the answer, but
we'll never know.
No, we'll never know.
Mr. Matt Internet saying, I wonder what the outcome would be now. Mr. Matt Internet, Eat Led the Return of Matt Hazard, Season 3, StruggleR race. I'll fucking nobble you, mate. I'm sorry, but I'll nobble you.
Oh dear.
I'll make you a hat trick.
Oh dear.
I actually had this really good idea, and I need to get an Xbox Series X to do it. But the fastest way to play Eat Led Return of Matt Hazard is on the backwards compatibility on a... Oh, hang on.
There you go.
Gotta allow that comment
Yes.
so it comes through. So there were two Eat Led the Return of Matt Hazard games for that series of consoles. It was Eat Led the Return of Matt Hazard, which is a cover shooter, and it's kind of a parody of cover shooters at the time, you know, Gears of War and all that sort of stuff. But like with Will Arnett and Neil Patrick Harris and some famous voices doing the cutscenes and stuff. Anyway, they released a second game called Eat Led the Return of Matt Hazard, Bloodbath and Beyond, which is like a 2D side-scrolling shooter thing. It's very peculiar, but a fun-looking game. Anyway, the cutscenes in Eat Led are so long and unskippable But I had this idea because I know a speedrunner called Schmumbler. Schmumbler is a Wheel of Struggler. He speedruns a game called Silent Hill Homecoming and a game called Silent Hill Downpour. And in Silent Hill Downpour, the cutscenes are so long and unskippable, he's taken to doing what's called Homepour, where he will play one game in the gaps of the other game's cutscenes.
Over.
And I really would like to do that with Eat Lead. I would like to play Eat Lead, Bloodbath and Beyond during the cutscenes in Eat Lead Matt Hazard, which you can't skip. So, but I need a Series X to do it. So that I've got a Series X and a Series S to play both games on at the same time. So, but yeah, that's a side project. We'll get to that at some point. 16-bit taking another game over there.
Yeah, with
hasn't got much
bombs.
Oh, hasn't got much time left to claw back to the end of level 5. But I'd say he's probably got 1 or 2 more good attempts at it. I guess.
Yeah, I think we're probably looking at about 5-6-ish minutes for good runs getting to that stage. So 7-ish maybe. So yeah, it's they're coming down to it now. They're coming down to the last couple of runs. So make every bomb count.
Oh, Mr. Matt Internet saying that you could do it with an Xbox One. I've still got an Xbox One, so I guess I could do it.
There you go.
Oh, project. Because I've got to be first as well, because you know Mr. Matt Internet, he's such a glory hog.
Oh,
he's like constantly...
He's probably already booted up the stream, mate.
Shit.
Aldo Goliath, thank you so much for the follow. Hope I didn't butcher your name too badly there, but welcome in, welcome in. Welcome to the Wheel of Struggle. Welcome to our off-season StruggleR races. We've got our own Quantum Player 1 versus 16-bit Hyper Turbo and Despacito. No, Dodonpachi, yes. We're coming to the end of the race now, 20 minutes to go. Still all to play for. They're both trying to go for a 1 credit clear, but basically what that boils down to is who can get the furthest in 1 credit. And so far our leader is Quantum Player 1, who's reached stage 1-6 on 1 credit. So 20 minutes to go, and let's see if 16-bit can pull it back or if Q can extend that lead even further.
Yeah, it's they've really got to dig deep for this last 20 minutes, and hopefully someone will push through their respective wall. But yeah, Q's gotten to level 1-6 twice now, so here's hoping he can make it a hat trick and maybe even get to the boss this time. He said that in practice that's where he's gotten to, is the boss, or he's never made it to the boss or something like that. Yeah. So if he could get that far, I think that would be really a personal triumph for him as well, let alone the race result.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I've said it a couple of times now, but maybe there is a point now where it's stand up, stretch, walk away, shake it off, and get back into the last few minutes to give her all you've got on that last run, because it's literally, as Q said when we checked in with him last, it is one run. That's it. It's 1 good run. That's all you need.
That's all you need. Yeah. Taylor Swift, of course, famously wrote the song "Shake It Off" about her inability to stop playing shmups long enough to shake it off, and how it cost her a gaming tournament, I believe, in New York City, something like that.
Yeah. Well, like you said, it's...
Oh, and there goes Q.
Q with the game over there. It gets you when you think you're in a flow.
Yeah.
And you're like, I can keep doing it. I can keep going. I know what I'm doing. I've got this. And if you can't shake it off,
and then you make silly mistakes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially when you stay up too late.
Or go on too many dates.
Yeah, exactly.
At least that's what people say.
That's what people say. Mm-hmm. I'm so happy he does that.
I was going to say, though, I've noticed a flaw in there in the Dodonpachi master plan. Mm-hmm. And that is that, like, at the start of level 1, you get brought in by an even bigger spaceship.
Just stay the
So
spaceship.
my question is, why not just use that fucking spaceship?
Yeah, it's the same parody as the Power Rangers. Just get in the Megazord.
Yeah, Megazord every time.
Yeah.
I guess there's maybe, I don't know, like a call-out charge for the full Megazord, so they try to avoid it wherever they can, but, like, full Megazord will always solve the problem.
Do you think they get a call-out charge for assembling the full Megazord, or could you just bring individual Zords out? Because that would still even work.
I think, yeah, I think absolutely, because at the end of the day, like, you know those putty fuckers that they fight, like, they'll all go under the foot of a Megazord, easy peasy.
Easy.
Yeah.
One
Rear
T-Rex.
repulsor too.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, just one T-Rex. Oh no, the putties and Rita, they're destroying Angel Grove. And then the Red Ranger's like, hang on a minute. T-Rexy.
Splat.
Yes,
yeah,
mate.
exactly.
You know.
Splat.
Deal with that, will you? Splat, done.
Home in time for Martial Arts Club and to bully Bulk and Skull.
Yeah. I wonder...
Every time I think of Bulk and Skull, I have the music play in my head.
Oh, the...
Yeah. That one. Yeah, every time.
Do you think, like, in their downtime, the Power Rangers will sit there and go, yeah, why don't we just call them in? I need to remember that next time I'm at headquarters, and then just keep forgetting.
Yeah. Because you know, they're teenagers with attitude. Their minds are, you know, constantly flitting between martial arts and pop music and things like that. They're just not as world-wise as Zordon.
And Alpha, I mean, Alpha's like, you know, early AI. You would have thought he was like, hey, strategically, this is actually our best move.
Aye. Rangers. Rangers.
You know who I'd love to be, though, in the Power Rangers? If you could be anyone in the Power Rangers, Scarlet, who would you be?
Well, if I could be anyone in the Power, I always wanted to be Tommy, simply because my name is Tom in real life. So, like, and he was the Green Ranger as well, who's the bad guy, but then he was the good guy.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like I'm a little bit of a bad boy sometimes. So, yeah, I would be Tommy. How about you?
The insurance broker. the Angel Grove insurance broker.
Yeah. Oh, looks like your building's been knocked down, Manine.
Yeah.
But you were paying into this scheme, but unfortunately you haven't got Zord insurance, mate.
No, earthquakes, tornadoes, got you covered. Zord, though, it's just...
Yeah.
It's an active Zord. We can't cover
Active
it.
Zord. So good. And then Lord Zed, what was he all about? Lord Zed, he's not got any fucking skin. What's that all about?
He was definitely confused. 16-bit with another death there. That's...
Or has he got time for another one?
Yeah, I mean, we're definitely looking at the last one or two runs here for sure.
He's hanging on the continue screen. Is this 16-bit giving up?
I think that was the rage mashing of A there. Just like, okay, come on. Oh, but we're not.
One more go, 16-bit.
Come on, 16-bit.
Come on, chat. One more go. One more go.
One more match. One more match.
Is he going to do it?
There we go.
Go on,
maybe
16-bit.
Maybe just take a quick deep breath there.
He was shaking it off.
Yeah, that's it. He's got Taylor Swift playing in the background. I know 16-bit, you know, loves Taylor Swift as motivational music, so...
One thing I've always thought about 16-bit is he can't stop, won't stop moving. Can't stop, won't stop grooving.
He's probably sitting there going, you know what, it's me. I'm the problem. And, you know, just really having to kind of work through that.
Mr. Matt Internet is urging 16-bit to continue. Cream the run.
Yeah.
Come on, 16-bit. I'm not sure what ejaculating on things will do to help, to be honest, but
It'll make you feel better.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I mean, I wonder if 16-bit was going into this a little bit too cocky. I mean, this might be karma.
The one thing I will say about 16-bit, and I hope 16-bit is listening to this through the VOD, watching the next day or whatever. 16-bit is one of the chillest, nicest dudes I have ever met. He is just such a good vibe, So like, I don't feel like Karma would ever do him that disservice.
No.
So, no, I think because even at the start, although he liked his ability, he was right to, because he is good. So I don't think that was like misplaced or misfounded. I think it's more that in the race conditions, all kinds of things get to you. You stress out. You worry about where your opponent is. You worry about whether you're doing enough or doing, making silly mistakes, and all of that kind of like comes to a head. I think on paper, people right to favor 16-bit, and the fact that chat picked up on that and favored Q is really paying them dividends today. And you got to hand it to chat. They've really got their finger on the pulse when it comes to these races. They seem to call them an awful lot.
They do, and the believers for Q are hoped by how we're looking at it right now. The believers are going to have their day.
Yeah, and a payday at that as well for anyone who put money on Q. I think you're going to be seeing a return on your investment.
Yeah. If 16-bit, like we said, it only takes one run. 16-bit gets to that level, has a good use of bombs. It could be a love story.
Yes, just say yes. He's still got a blank space where he can write his name.
Oh, that was a good one.
But only 3 letters, of course.
Only 3 letters. That was a good. I might be exhausted on my Taylor Swift songs now, but
same. I'm struggling for song names at this point. But so Q is currently ahead in terms of levels. So he's got another good shot at getting to level 6. 16-bit, I think, is definitely on his. I don't want to call it, but I think they're probably both on their last approaches at this point. I don't think Q could get back to this stage again with the time, or maybe he could at a push. But I think ultimately we're kind of looking at the last approaches here for both players.
I really think so.
That boss music is rad.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is Q coming up now on level 4. Yeah, level 4.
Yeah, I think now 9 minutes to go. Call it 8 minutes to go. I think this will be it. I can't see them getting back here. I can't see Q getting back here in 7 minutes, 8 minutes. And I think it will be the same. I think 16-bit might be able to get.
Just took a hit as well.
Oh yeah. I think he'll be able to get back here, but I don't know if he'll be able to progress. I guess it just depends on how stringent we are with the timing, as in, do we let them finish their last run after the 3-hour mark type of thing, or do we stop it on 3 hours?
I think, unfortunately, it is going to be a hard cap today, because I've got that other thing I've got to get to anyway.
That's right.
So, plus 16-bit definitely said hard cap of 3 hours when he posted it in chat. So I think at this point, I think 16-bit will just be happy for the 3 hours to be called, because definitely seeing signs of fatigue in him waiting on the screens and stuff. So, I mean, if it was at the point where he's at the level 5 boss, I feel like we'd probably let him go for it. But he's just taken another death there, so I really don't think he's got it to get that far.
Well, and there's Q's death there, but still did all right. He could still get
got a hit.
Stage, yeah.
I mean, at this point, it's got to be cruel and unusual punishment to be trying to like keep your eye on all these projectiles for the 3rd hour in a row.
I know. I think the only thing that would be tougher than doing this right now would be commentating it.
Yeah, it's really a testament to us as professionals, the job that we're doing, because we're making it look easy, almost idiotic. But the truth is, it actually takes an incredible amount of energy and preparation to do this. So.
Don't try this at home, kids.
Absolutely not. It has been a joy, though. So while we've got a few minutes, I would just like to say thank you again for joining me in a complete load of waffle. It's
always a pleasure.
It's always a joy.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I enjoy the comment. I enjoy commentating the StruggleR races. I think I probably enjoy commentating more than I play them because I've only played one. But I always enjoy the commentary side of things, whether it's with you or you know what's funny? I don't think I've actually commentated with Mr. Matt yet.
Oh, I'm wondering if there are any coming up. I don't know. Oh. No, I've only got 2 more races, and you can't make one of those.
Yeah, I don't think I have done any with Mr. Matt. I always thought that would be fun.
Oh no, I've got 3 races, but you can't make 2 of those.
Yeah,
that's right. Yeah, it's a shame, but you know, there's always season 3.
Always season 3. There's always another day.
You may come to regret those words when you finally do get sat next to Mr. My Internet for 3 hours.
Maybe. Well, I just feel, you know, you have the host of low res and the host of between 2 bars. Like at some point they have to come together, right?
Oh, I agree. Yeah, absolutely. I would pay good money to see Between Two Bars Mr. Matt interview. Because you'll think you can trot out jokes on him. He'll reverse card them on you.
Oh, I've got absolutely. Like, I didn't expect Octo to break me when we did his interview, and he did. And I have absolutely no doubt that I would be left absolutely speechless with Mr. Matt.
It's Oh, and there goes 16-bit again.
I think that is probably him going to call it.
I think he realizes he can't get any further at this point.
Oh,
And Q
he's
has just
going for
taken
it.
a game over as well. How many minutes have we got left?
4, 55 and 50 seconds. So call it 4 minutes.
Okay, I think we should let them have the 4 minutes, but yeah, at this point, I don't think either can change the outcome.
I don't think so.
So you might want to use studio mode and go and put it in, because I think it's going to be the way that it's going.
Oh, it's because you had them all.
Sorry. Mr. Matt says, I was told I was banned from Between Two Bars.
Never.
Yeah, I don't think you're banned. Just it's been on hiatus. I mean, I've been thinking about banning you from the Struggler's Wheel, but I don't think the format won't take one person. I think I need 2 people. So unfortunately, I'm kind of stuck.
So confused what you've done here.
What have I done? Have I made a mess of it?
No, actually, you know what? It might be me making a mess. All right, so that one's fine, and then I just need to do this one. Yes, there we go. Figured it all out. What a big boy I am.
Hey, gold star.
I know one of the things that Decky and I talked about that we really wanted to do, and it's giving away the game a little bit, but what we wanted to do was do a Between Two Bars with you, Garlips.
Okay.
And then have a cut where it's Mr. Matt on the StruggleR Wheel set.
Oh.
Kind of just wait and like, where the fuck is he? What's going on? And then Mr. Matt fucks off. And then he joins Between Two Bars studio. Like, I knew you'd be here. You're always trying to get on this, you know.
Oh, that'd be great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nah, it's all right. It's just you, me, and Mr. My Internet right now. We can. No one else knows.
No,
we
no,
can,
that's
we can
fine.
put that, get that scripted up.
Yeah.
We will be having the StruggleR Wheel returning, by the way, for this season. Basically, we're going to be recording it as live. We're not going to be broadcasting it live, but we're going to record it as live. So basically, there's very little editing for me to do, because that's what stands in the way from me getting them out weekly. So I'm going to streamline the process, and hopefully in doing that, we will make it a lot less. Fortunately, there'll be less like visual skits, but
Yeah.
ultimately, I think people would just prefer that we actually have them coming out than not at all. So that's going to be the focus.
That'd be good. Do love a
that
good-
bit of the VOD was muted for security. Love
Yeah.
it.
We'll just cut that out of the YouTube.
Yeah.
But I've got this idea for between two bars. Congratulations, Q! 1 minute to go.
1 minute to go. They're both on the same level. I think the thing that we need to underline when we unmute them both in a minute is just to let them know that they really have done themselves the world of good today in terms of showing the world that they can tussle with the big boys. Because like I don't think I'd even be out of level 2 with 1cc, let alone level 4, 5, 6.
Yeah.
So
no, absolutely, and to reinforce the decky is shit.
Oh yeah, we need to cover that as well.
Yeah. But no, it's a shame that we didn't get a completion, but at the same time, it's amazing that they even got to the last, or Q got to the last stage. On a 1cc, it's unbelievable scenes.
Bob saying that they've completed. Congratulations.
Yeah, well done.
I hope you
win.
didn't make a mess.
And that is our
timer.
3 hours. I actually gave them 17 more seconds because
okay.
I'm an idiot.
All right. I will unmute them first and then undeafen them in a second.
Okay.
So 1 sec. Gentlemen, you are both finished. 3 hours is up. If you could please stop your playing and we will discuss who has won. I'm just going to unmute you both.
Muted.
Hi,
So-
Q.
Hi Q, can you hear us?
I can hear you. I can't hear anyone else.
Oh, can you hear me? I can hear you.
I can hear
Okay,
you
I can hear.
16-bit.
Yeah, I can hear everyone.
Can you hear Tater?
Can you hear Tater? Do you want to hear Tater?
That doesn't matter.
Are you and the Dunny?
No. Where's Discord? Oh, wait there. Let me just disconnect and reconnect.
Yeah. Worries.
Hello.
Hello.
Now Tate talk.
Hello. Yeah, I can hear Tater. I can hear Garlips. 16-bit.
Yep.
Hey.
Fantastic. Well, gentlemen, may I begin by saying absolutely huge congratulations. Playing 3 hours of this game must be like akin to mental torture in terms of keeping an eye on all of the projectiles and everything else. So well done, first of all.
Yeah, I was gonna say, because like you ever played a fighting game for an extended period of time and you just get like brain dead real quick?
Yep.
Yeah.
Literally my second ever Wheel of Struggle submission was Street Fighter 2. 5 hours of it.
Oh,
Yeah,
go ahead.
it's a bit like that.
Good on you though for doing the 5, mate.
I was a newbie.
But yeah, a game like this, it takes it out of you, I think, to focus on all of the little dots for that long.
Yes, well, of course, I'm sure you're both tingling with anticipation in terms of
Tingling.
who has won this race. We do have a clear victor, so that is absolutely the case. I'd like to start by saying that this person, even though was in first place for most of the race, the other player came very, very close multiple times to gaining things back. So it's been a real tussle between the two of you. However, I can reveal that our first place goes to Quantum Player 1.
Oh.
Just for reference, 16-bit. 16-bit has only ever gotten to the boss of level 1-5. In fact, he damaged about like a third of its health bar when he died at his furthest point. While Quantum Player 1 made it into level 1-6 twice. At one point, almost halfway to 3/4 of the way through. So
What a guy.
But
I expected.
a couple of other fun
I-
facts for you is that on the first attempt, 16-bit was in the lead. Q took the first game over. But then
Yeah.
immediately on Q's second attempt, he got all the way to almost killing the boss of level 1.5, and has held the lead ever since then, managing after a brief break in which we think the dog definitely gave you some advice that you talked to. To use bombs wisely or something like that. I'm sure that's something a dog would say.
You knew?
You came back strong and managed to get into level 1.6 twice on the trot, almost 3 times. So
Yeah.
What a
it's,
guy! Yeah, good stuff. Congratulations, Quantum.
Thanks very much, mate, and well played to you as well. I thought you were gonna win it, to be honest, because I don't think I played
Mate.
as good as I could. Although I got better as the stream went on.
I got a weakness, and it is holding my nerve, and that I can't hold it as well as a lot of people can.
Well, I'm not great at that, to be fair, and because normally I will get to like on every run of this. Normally I'll get halfway through the last level, if not to the boss, but I've never actually beat the boss. But tonight, it's like God knows how many runs I got to the last level twice, and I didn't see the last boss. So I think that's nerves.
It was interesting to see that for a lot of the stream, the difference between you two in terms of furthest progression was literally a health bar.
yeah, so at one point Q was holding the lead because he had got 2/3 of the health bar of boss 1.5 gone, while 16-bit had got 1/3 of it gone. So literally it was the space of not even a full health bar between the two of you.
That's so tight.
Yeah.
Oh, I knew it was going to be close, though.
It's been absolutely fantastic to watch.
I am absolutely brain dead, and I'm glad you guys had a good time. I had a good time too.
Yeah,
it was weird, certainly streaming and not being part of the stream, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was.
I thought that, but then at the same time, I think a game like this, especially, you need that focus. Like if I'm doing this for my own channel, I can't ignore chat. Like every time a message comes up, I might not like respond to it right away, but I can't help my eyes darting over just to see what it was, and you just take death after death doing that. So I think it's definitely
sure.
it more interesting being in like a sort of incubated thing where it's just you in the game, and you don't even know how you're doing.
No, it
Fantastic.
was
well,
definitely great to watch. It was definitely we weren't being impartial, but we were rooting for you both at different points at different times to get something done. So it was definitely exciting to watch. So thank you both for a great stream.
Yeah, definitely edge of your seat stuff, and you definitely want to watch the VOD at some point because you'll see just how great of a job both of you did.
Yeah,
and how close it was at times.
Oh, thanks very much, guys.
Yeah, thanks for the invite, Quantum. That was fun, and we'll do another one.
You know what, 60? I was thinking before we started because something got said out of maybe the 1cc will be today, and you know what I thought to myself? I thought even if it's not me, if he gets that 1cc today, I'll be fucking over the moon. Like if one of us I don't care what one. If one of us gets it, I'll be made up.
If one of us, it's taken so long, Quantum. I think it's been over a year.
I don't know because we're both shit. If you ask J-Oku Prime Labs, J Labson, he'll say, "Oh, it's easy. You can do it." But
you can do it. Yeah, you can do it. It's like the last 2 levels just really just fucking give it to you. You know what I mean?
I know.
Oh my God.
I've been close a few times, but no, I just can't do it.
I've gotten up to the final boss like once, and yeah, I've been up to level 6 a few times, but yeah, I'm on a level 5 quite regular, but yeah, it's
the few
rough.
times I do get to the boss, I've got no bombs left, and I just think that he's impossible unless you load it up on bombs. So
it's hard.
hopefully soon.
But
Hopefully
boss-
one of you will cross that threshold sooner rather than later.
hopefully, and I'll be posting about it in the Discord, the Wheel Discord, if I do.
We'll just throw some sort of a party.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, street party. Running down the street. I've just beat Dodonpachi. Everyone's like, what the fuck's that?
Right, just the first move. Get out of here.
So I'm not sure what screen we're on, but if we're not on the podium already,
We
we should head over. Oh, brilliant!
Yep.
So there it is in black and white. Congratulations, Quantum! But again, 16-bit, massive congratulations for bringing up a very strong second place. And
Absolutely.
thank you both for the race.
Thank you very much
hey.
for having us.
Thanks for having us on. It was good fun.
Awesome.
Yeah, it was.
Right. Well, we've just got a moment here to tell everyone about the races that are coming up. So we'll head over to that screen now.
Yep.
Should we do these in? Well, I'll take one. You take the other. Tate. So do you want
Okay.
to start us off?
Yeah, so going back in time, 1st of February, you'll have a link to the past. I'm only kidding. See what I did there? No. Our next race coming up is going to be on the 8th of February with Quantum Player 1 once again versus Hexray racing Little Ralph.
Boring.
Well, I don't know. I fancy QP1 now in not just on a personal level because of his looks, but also because he's 2 on the trot now. 2 on the trot. He's gaining some
Aye.
steam. Next up, we have surprise, Quantum Player 1 versus Kramit on the game Portal on the 15th of February.
It's
So
gonna
make
be
sure.
really tough.
You're just doing all of them, are you, Quantum?
I'm just it's the wheel of Q. That's what it really
Yeah.
is. Struggle Q. I mean, it's called. Yeah.
It's the people versus Quantum.
Well, then you're definitely going to want
Yeah.
to check out this one, 16-bit. On the 19th of February, we've got Disney's Hercules with Quantum Player 1 versus Mr. Matt Internet.
Whoa.
Is that the PlayStation Hercules?
Yeah.
It is. Yeah.
Oh, nice. You got the Pepsi Man sequence there for a little bit of it.
Oh yeah. I love those levels.
Oh, I get what you mean. Yeah. Yeah, that's gonna be
Um,
tough as well. They're all gonna be tough.
Mm. Following on from that, on the 22nd of February, we've got a Super Metroid Zelda 3 randomizer between DMAC, Markman, and Kylorian. And you're going to want to watch that because if you liked Link to the Past yesterday, it's basically going to be that on steroids. Everything's going to be randomized, and you're going to have 2 games for the price of 1. So you definitely want to catch that one.
And then the next day, so just as you've caught your breath from that one, the next day we've got our Wheel of Struggle champion, current reigning defending champion, Lovin Floofin, versus our Wheel Daddy Fish, Kythius, against the lower bar Deki in Advance Wars 2.
Yeah, so I gather that's a kind of a mode called the War Room, and it's going to be whoever gets the most victories. So looking forward to that. On the 27th, we've been talking a lot about this race. We've got Trials 2. That's going to be NBZ versus Kythius versus Garlips versus Wugger. Looking forward to that race. Hopefully, I can win another one this season. I'm really going to try. But I need to get on my bike to do that. So,
Yay!
hey.
Then going into March, we're going to have Chained Together with myself, Deki F, and Garlips, where it'll just be furthest progress or completion wins.
Yeah, so that's a game all about working together. So, of course, we are going to be working against each other to go against the entire ethos of the game.
Yes. Because we can.
Because we can. And following up on the 13th of March, we've got the Bad Run Club race. So this is going to be really special. It's a crossover between StruggleR and the Bad Run Club. Myself and Handsome Strife, we will be racing any game that has currently been featured on the Bad Run Club, either as an extracurricular or as the monthly game. And we're going to be spinning a wheel to decide what each game is. So basically, we spin the wheel at the start, and that gives us our first game. We both jump into that game, and then whoever gets out of that one first gets to spin the wheel again and decide the next game, jump into the next game, and so on and so forth until we filled up about 3 hours worth of racing. So there's the propensity there. We could get like 3 games in there. We might get 5 because some of these are quite short, and if they get spun, they get spun. So look forward to that. It's going to be an absolute brain bender.
And then the final race we're going to have on the 19th of March is going to be our blind race. We do know who the competitors are going to be, and when I say we know, I mean Garlips knows. So who do we have running the blind race?
I need to update this graphic. We've got Adrian's Revenge versus Love and Flufen versus Decky F versus Escape Route British, and all 4 players will not have played. They're going to be 2 games in this race of 2 different genres as well. So it's not, there's going to be a real mix. But all of our players will never have played these games before, and we will be ascertaining that shortly before the race to make sure. So yeah, it's going to be a case of who can learn it the quickest as they're playing it for the very first time. It's going to be very exciting.
Definitely looking forward to that. So yeah, that is your lineup for StruggleR for the next month and a bit, 2 months. Obviously, if you're a fan of Quantum Player 1, the next couple of weeks, you're going to want to be tuning in. It's all Quantum all the time. And then afterwards, we're going to have Quantum After Dark, which apparently you need to subscribe to. But yeah, it's looking to be a very, very exciting run up to the end of March with all of these games. So again, we've said it a couple of times now. We'll say it again. If you're interested in StruggleR, if you're interested in watching, featuring in a race, helping with commentating, join the Discord, the Wheel of Struggle Discord. All the information will be in there about StruggleR, and definitely we'll be more than happy to have you as offering suggestions, offering races, offering to commentate, whatever the case may be. Get into the Discord and let us know. And of course, while you're in that Discord, you may as well check out the actual Wheel of Struggle main feature that we do. We are currently in the off season. Every week a game gets spun from the wheel that is been chosen by the council, and then for 2 weeks you can play that game. You'll stack up against everybody else to see how you did. You'll get points on a leaderboard, and of course the points don't matter, but of course the points are all that matter. But it's a lot of fun. We hope you can join, and like I say, if you don't even want to join and you just want to be aware of who's streaming when and what's going on, join the Discord anyway. We are always happy to have you. And with that, I think we are pretty much done, apart from our last kind of shout outs and call outs. So you changed it up yesterday, Garlips. You went a single gar. You went last to first. I'm going to let you go. Do you want to go first to last or last to first? What do you want to do? Who's going to shout out first?
I think you know what? Seeing as this is spiritually a successor / kindred brother of the One Credit Carnage series that 16-bit hosts, I feel like he should get the last say in terms of shoutouts. So I'm going to go with our first place Quantum Player 1 first. Quantum Player 1, feel free to shout yourself out.
Oh, sorry, I was muted, lol.
That's all right.
Yeah, so I'm Quantum Player 1. Feel free to check me out on twitch.tv/quantum_P1. I do a stream and we have a laugh and everyone has a great time all the time. Thank you.
Oh, lovely. And 16-bit Hyper Turbo, where can people find you and the things that you do?
Oh, well, 16-bit Hyper Turbo on Twitch. However that Twitch thing goes, but with my name in it. So whenever I can, I get 2 players and I put them side by side on a arcade game and see who can score the most. Basically, how it is in one credit. So that is One Credit Carnage in a nutshell. Currently still looking for participants. One Credit Carnage. Still looking for participants. So if anyone wants to have a go, join my Discord and we'll figure it out from there. I also dabble in making games. I've made a few shmups right now. They're on itch.io. If you do search 16-bit Hyper Turbo, you can find me there as well. And you can play the games that I've made. Currently making another one that I'm like not very far into, but anyways, who else? I think that's all I gotta say. All right.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. Yeah, please do go check out 16-bit's shmups. Follow all of our races on their respective channels. Please feel free to do that. Tates, thank you so much for being with me. Feel free to shout yourself out.
Always a pleasure. Tater84. part of the Wheel of Struggle, obviously. I'll be doing my own thing here very shortly with some Resident Evil series. Gonna just play through the games casually, one at a time, and enjoy them since I haven't played them for a long time. So feel free to drop by and say hello. And our little acolyte, a struggle bot in there. If you're looking for a stream bot or a chat bot for your Twitch streams, check out Stream Chat AI. We have a cool bot and we like it a lot. So yeah. And Garlips, where can people find the Garlips?
People usually find Garlips, in places in the house. They kind of go, oh shit, we've got Garlips, and they have to call someone around and get rid of me. Most people know where I am, twitch.tv/Garlips. I'm that bad smell on the internet that you can't quite get rid of. I'm a member of all kinds of things. Yeah, you know who I am. You know what my shit is. So feel free to check it out if you like. And thank you again to everyone showing up today in chat for the race. Thank you for the raids that we had from Z. Thank you for the new follows. It's been lovely to meet some new people through this race. And thank you again to our absolutely fantastic competitors here today.
Yeah, absolutely. And as always, standalone thank you to Garlips for organizing this, putting it together, coordinating everything. It's hard to play a game like Dodonpachi. It's probably just as hard to schedule it all and coordinate it. So thank you again for all of your work, Garlips.
Yeah, cheers, mate.
You're welcome.
Thank
I
you.
loves you.
Thank you.
All right. Well, with that, we are going to close the stream down. Thank you all again for joining us. Thank you so much for keeping us entertained and keeping Garlips and I sane during the commentary. Remember, on the 8th of February, that is just 6 days away, not long now, we'll have Quantum Player 1 with Hextree playing Little Ralph on our next round of StruggleR. So we will see you then, if we don't see you before. Check out the website, check out the Discord. Love to have you all there. Until then, though, have a great rest of your weekend. Have a great week when it comes up, and we'll see you all on the next one. Take care, everyone. Bye for now.
Bye.
See ya.
Catch you
Bye.
later.